discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
I can't take this kitchen any longer. Carl, we need to start looking for a new house.
Honey, you know the housing market is tight. It's going to be next to impossible to find something that we like.
I know, but this kitchen has to go.
Hey, what about a home equity loan from Adirondack Bank? We can turn the equity from our home into cash to renovate, just the way you want.
Renovate?
Adirondack Bank has competitive rates, and they've been a trusted community bank for decades.
A new kitchen. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
Then, of course, we would need new furniture, and we could repair the deck, even add a pool, and take that trip to Italy that we've always talked about.
Whoa, slow down, honey. Let's go talk to the experts at Adirondack Bank about that home equity loan. Then we can decide where to start.
I've always wanted to add on a craft room, and our bathroom needs a facelift.
Don't move. Improve. Stop into your local Adirondack Bank branch for more information on a home equity loan or visit adirondackbank.com. Bank local with Adirondack Bank, your hometown community bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Are you considering buying an electric vehicle or a plug-in hybrid? Wouldn't it be nice to just fuel up at home with an EV charging station? Potentia is helping to make the convenience of charging easier for your home and your business. As a leader in green electrical projects, Potentia has completed hundreds of large sustainable commercial projects across New York State and are now getting into the residential market. No more stops at the gas station. Charge at home conveniently and economically. With New York State's zero emissions mandate by 2035, Potentia can help design, supply, even install residential and commercial EV charging systems at your home or your business. From permitting and design through the complete installation, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 with a turnkey EV charging solution with various packages and options available. They guarantee your satisfaction with all their products and their workmanship. Visit Potentia at 4685 Middle Settlement Road, New Hartford. Give them a call at 315-765-6184 or view their website at potentiamanagement.com.
The holidays are here. A trip to Shulman and Rosansky Family Dentistry will give you a beautiful holiday smile.
I'm Andrew Rosansky, inviting you to call us for a smile you can share through the holidays and years to come. A cleaning, crowns, and veneers will give you something to smile about.
Get a beautiful holiday smile at Shulman and Rosansky Family Dentistry, 1 Paris Road, New Hartford, and online at uticasmiles.com.
Every day, more than 250 people from all walks of life die from a drug overdose. They include our families, friends, and our neighbors. Their deaths are preventable with a simple first aid tool. Naloxone, also known by the brand name Narcan, is first aid and it saves lives. It's easy to use and can be administered by anyone. Oneida County wants to get it into as many businesses and homes as possible. Sign up online and receive an overdose rescue kit with 2 doses of Narcan nasal spray for free. Go to ocgov.net and click on Save a Life to request your free kit.
It's time to start the program. It's time to earn our pay. It's time to meet the people on the Keeler Show today. It's time to read the news and weather. Time to figure out what to say. It's time to turn the channel of the Keeler Show today. Why do we always listen? Keeler's always in the know. It makes me want to call him and tell him where to go. And now let's get things started. Andrew, let's get things started. It's time to get things started. On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational. This is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Davey's bouncing his head up and down.
The too cool for school song.
Little too cool for that school. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. I got to tell you, I'm getting ready for our big Christmas explosion, our extravaganza, our Christmas blowout show, which is going to happen 2 weeks from tomorrow. And this year, we'll be live at the Stanley Theater. And there'll be a lot of music, a lot of musicians, a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, a lot of non-celebrities, a lot of celebrity wannabes. Stefan Rabitsky, happy birthday today.
Yeah, happy birthday, bud.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all happening 2 weeks from tomorrow, I should say, at the Stanley Theater in downtown Utica.
Will we have snow by then?
I don't know. I don't really care about a white Christmas. So I know some people do. So for you, if you like to ski and snowmobile,
Move up north.
I say to you, Tug Hill is for you. For the rest of us, Festivus ain't nothing when it's cold. That's I just feel it's terrible. But you know what? The funny part of it is, and I'll just get through this, and we talked about it the other day, is even when, like this weekend, we're going to be in the 40s and 30s. Overnight lows will dip down into the 20s. 40s and 30s. People will be like, wow, that is beautiful. And yes, if we've been through a month of sub-zero temperatures, 45 degrees is put on the shorts, baby. I'm going outside. But, you know, I'm still not there as of yet. I haven't made that conversion, that inside thermometer conversion, the one inside my body. And for that reason, it might as well be 10 degrees because it's cold out. I like the summertime.
I love the summer.
I spoke to Don Leibel, who has a great article coming up in his column. He does a weekly column. He speaks with a lot of great sports people. Those who, in this case, we're going to be dealing with the Baseball Hall of Fame and a baseball legend from here. We'll get to that coming up. But Don said, it's so weird. I have a hard time keeping track of the calendar because every day, Don is living in Florida now. Every day I go outside, it's like sunny and 78, 80 degrees every day. And, you know, I, of course, follow that up with a stop bragging. Just cut it out.
You know, they say like when you sometimes when you wake up or when you go to bed, it's just the rhythm of your body clock.
Yeah.
He's kind of got that going on with the weather a little bit, right?
It does. It is.
Body calendar or thermometer.
Totally is, yeah. Okay, here's a story that I find is intriguing, and we're going to have to keep an eye on this story. New Hartford police investigating after a woman was found seriously injured in the middle of the road. Did you see this story earlier in the week?
I'm actually working on it, and I did get some answers from the chief late last night.
What did you get? Where are you at? Let me just first of all tell you. New Hartford police say a 30-year-old woman is still in serious condition after she was found lying in the middle of the road, badly injured last week. According to police, a passerby on Elm Street called 911 after seeing the woman in the road at around 10 p.m. November 30th. What was November 30th? Was that a Wednesday night?
I believe it was actually maybe a Monday.
Or
wasn't December 1st? Would have been.
No, it wasn't a Monday.
Maybe it was a Tuesday.
I would say it was a Wednesday. Yeah, it was a Wednesday because there was a Comets game that night.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. Sorry about
you
that.
just stick with me, Jeff. I know my calendar because it's cold outside, unlike what Don gets to deal with. According to police, a passerby on Elm Street called 911 after seeing the woman in the road at about 10 p.m. on November 30th. The woman was taken to St. E's while police investigated the scene on Elm Street near Brooks Lane. Police say the woman is in the intensive care unit and unable to provide information to authorities about what happened to her. Her name has not been released. Anyone with information may help by calling Crime Stoppers. Reach out to Crime Stoppers or by calling the investigative division at New Hartford Police at 315-274-7111. What else do you know about this?
Well, so I reached out to the police chief, Chief Fontaine, because I was a little confused. It says that she was found basically badly injured in the road. So I said, was this like a hit and run? Or was she maybe assaulted or beat up in some way and then left in the road? And he said at this point they still aren't sure. Now, think about what kind of injuries you have to have if you're not sure if she got hit by a vehicle or a person, you know? So they're still investigating that. And again, she's not clear on what happened or how she got to be that way, how she sustained those injuries.
Well,
and the police aren't either.
That's not true. That is incorrect, what you just said. What the truth is that she is in the intensive care unit and unable to provide information. Now, that could mean, I don't remember what happened, that could mean that she has not gained consciousness. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know how bad this injury, how bad this was. But if she is in intensive care, she may not be able to communicate what happened. I'm sorry to start off the morning, but
no, that's I understand what you're saying. Okay,
You know
so
what I'm
that's correct. It's possible.
So sometimes we read things into stories, and you take it from because we take it from our, I don't know, rather innocent way of looking at things, because that's just the type of human, types of humans we are, the type of humans we are, whatever I'm trying to say. Anyway, this happened back on November 30th, so it is going to be very interesting to determine what came out of this story, but you know that they're working diligently on this at New Hartford, and the investigative unit is asking for assistance. If you know anything, call them, 315-274-7111.
I'm looking for the original release here from the department. Now, I'm also not sure why this happened on the 30th, and I guess, had you heard about this before, that this incident had happened? In the last week, I wasn't aware of it.
I have a great deal of knowledge about this situation that much of which cannot be talked about as of right now. It's a bad story. That's all I can say at this point, based on what I have, the knowledge that I have in this story.
The comment from New Hartford Police, unable to provide any further information on this incident yet. So yeah, it's because I don't know, but
I would simply say this: keep your eye on this story. This is a bad story. No matter how it happened, this is going to ultimately turn out to be a very bad story. So keep your eye on this story. That's the only thing I can say at this point. If we could, this is a story out of, not from the area, but out of the area in Arizona. The leader of a small polygamy group near the Arizona-Utah border had taken at least 20 wives. A man, the leader of the group, had taken at least 20 wives. Listen, I can't handle one. I don't know how somebody could handle 20.
Well, what do? Do they sick the other 18 or 19 on the one that's giving you a hard time?
Well, here's where the story gets bad, is that several of the wives are under the age of 18.
Oh, my goodness.
So you're dealing with a, they do this in the name of God and of religion, saying this is our religion, this is how it was intended to be. Samuel Bateman was a former member of the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or FLDS, until he left to start his own small offshoot group. He was supported financially by male followers who also gave up their own wives and children to be Bateman's wives, according to the FBI affidavit. What kind of charisma do you have to have in order to be able to convince some guy to do that?
It's a great way to ask that question, actually. I'm not sure.
The courts alleged that Bateman, 46 years old, engaged in child sex trafficking and polygamy, but none of his current charges relate to those allegations. Polygamy, of course, in Arizona is illegal, but in Arizona was decriminalized was decriminalized in Utah in 2020. Is what I'm trying to say. Terrible, just a terrible story out there. In other news going on in the world, in our world, this is another interesting out-of-town story, and you wonder how it happens. Hamilton, Ohio, a Butler County man and woman who spent most of their lives together were married for 79 years. Both were 100 years old, and they both died on the same day.
Wow.
Within hours of each other. When one died, a few hours later, the next one died. According to obituaries, you hear this story, right? It was the love, the bond that they had. They did not want to live without each other and just naturally passed away together, practically. Hubert Malicote died 9:15 p.m. November 30th. And June Malicote died on December 1st at 5:40 p.m. So within 24 hours of each other, passed away. Isn't that crazy how that happens? I also think it's weird when a woman has a baby and she'll have it on her birthday. Isn't that weird?
I
mean,
guess
it's
so.
probably just completely coincidence. I mean, you know it is, but it's just odd when it happens.
I could see the birthday one being more coincidence, but I think there is something to that. When you lose your partner in life after that long, a lot of times you go quickly after.
Some people want to go long before. Matt, you had this story, the fire chief in Madison County. What's with this story?
Yeah,
Not good.
No, an allegation of inappropriate touching. Also, allegedly before the incident, he gave the underage victim marijuana.
Just not good. Just not good. At Syracuse University, a year ago, registered sex offender Kenneth Kaufman refused to plead guilty to the attempted rape of a Syracuse University student. On Wednesday, Kaufman changed his mind and accepted a 15-year prison sentence for the attack. But before pleading guilty, Kaufman, 37, had a request out of concern for his own safety. He wanted a judge to authorize protective custody while in the general prison population because he feels that because it's a crime of sex and that he attacked a young woman, a student, a female student, that he may be targeted by inmates. Well, let's see. How should we handle this? What do you think?
So his concern is that there might be a predator out there specifically looking to hurt him or
Looking
attack him.
Right, a predator that might be willing to hurt someone.
What's that like?
Boy, is that the pot calling the kettle black?
Yeah, it is.
Right?
We hear that a lot of times that people who have sexual offenses or offenses against women and children aren't looked on too well in prison.
Yeah, Kaufman said that he's afraid that there may be some people in the jail that would target him in prison. As part of his plea negotiation, he was asking for protected custody. Kaufman also asked the judge to direct the state prison system to place him in a sex offender-specific area so he could be around other sex offenders. The judge agreed to do that as well. Doran said he was recommending protective custody and recommending special accommodations for Kaufman in prison. It's unclear how much the judge's words from the bench will change his placement once he's under the control of the prison system, however.
Yeah, it's interesting.
The judge can ask for it, but whether that happens or not is unknown.
In the conversations we had with the NYSCOBA folks who represent the union and the workers in the prison, when they were talking about the HALT Act, and that some cases, and let's take this guy's name out of it and his circumstances, but in a similar type situation where particular inmates might be victimized, they prefer to be in the SHU, single housing unit, which is often
right.
Generally
What cowards, though, right? The coward who it's okay for this guy to go lurking in a cemetery while a young college student is trying to get back to her dorm, and attack and rape her, but he doesn't want anything to happen to himself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's again a predator like that, and he's worried about other predators.
How does this happen? What happens with this? You remember, Davey? What was the name of the punter? This really awesome punter the Bills had landed.
Oh, the kid from San Diego State, Matt Ariza.
Matt Ariza or Ariza, how is it pronounced? Ariza.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there was an alleged gang rape of a 17-year-old girl at an off-campus party last year when he played football for San Diego State University. So the Bills had nothing to do with it. They wanted nothing to do with it. They just released him immediately. Now the announcement has come that he will not be charged. What happens now?
I don't think anything happens.
The DA's office said no charges will be filed against him or his former Aztec teammates at San Diego University, who were also accused in the reported assault in October 21. The decision came following an investigation involving more than 35 witness interviews and evidence derived from 10 search warrants that included cell phone data and video from the night in question, according to the DA. Ultimately, prosecutors determined it is clear the evidence does not support the filing of criminal charges, and there is no path to a potential criminal conviction. Prosecutors can only file charges when they ethically believe they can be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, is this a situation where they just couldn't get the evidence to prove it, or have investigators at the DA's office there disproven this claim?
Well, there's one line there that kind of summed it up that said it didn't. I don't know if it said it didn't back it up, but didn't support it. That what was being alleged.
Ultimately, prosecutors determined it is clear the evidence does not support the filing of criminal charges, so it doesn't support them filing the criminal charges, and there is no path to a conviction. But they stopped short of coming out and saying, we don't believe this kid did this.
Right.
So I wonder what that means.
There are situations in the NFL where even if there is a case where somebody's not charged, you'll see players get suspended for violating the league's conduct policy.
They have a clause in their contract which is very strict and gives the teams a great deal of leeway, right?
Yeah, so I don't know if he could seek legal recourse for basically running his name through the mud. But
I don't think he could do it with the NFL, with the Buffalo Bills.
I'm sorry, yeah.
However, there may be, who knows what could happen in San Diego. The accuser, now 18, alleged in the lawsuit that Areza, then 21, had sex with the accuser, who's now 18, said that he had sex with her in a side yard at an off-campus residence before bringing her into a bedroom where a group of men took turns raping her. She said she went in and out of consciousness as the men assaulted her for about 90 minutes. She told her friends that night that she'd been raped and reported the assault to police the following day. The lawsuit named Areza, along with other former Aztec teammates that were also named. The university has been heavily criticized for delaying inquiry into the allegations, and maybe that delay played a role in them not being able to come up with the evidence. Areza was nicknamed Punt God and honored as the consensus All-American for his booming kicks that helped San Diego State to a school best 12-2 season in his senior year. In April, he was selected by the Bills in the 6th round and then was quickly released. So it doesn't really tell us all that much, right?
No.
Except that will not be on his record. But once accused of something like that, it's hard to shed that accusation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you remember the story of the guy out of Fayetteville, the pilot, who claimed that aliens saved him? He was in a situation where the aliens were able to save him. Well, a jury didn't buy into any of that. They found the Fayetteville pilot guilty on Wednesday of lying on a pilot's license renewal application, according to federal prosecutors. After a 3-day trial, it took the jury less than 3 hours to make their decision against Noah Felice, who once claimed a beam of light caused him to crash while he was flying a plane over the Pacific back in 1980. His cousin was killed as a result. Felice later told the History Channel for a UFO special that he was rescued by aliens. The jury didn't buy any of that. Do you want that guy flying your plane?
Definitely not. But what was he convicted of?
He was convicted of lying on his pilot's renewal license application.
Okay.
He got on the.
I thought it was in relation to the fatal crash. But this is afterward when he was renewing it. He talked about the incident, and they're saying he lied.
He made the same claim in 2009 when he was charged and later convicted for lying about past crimes on a pistol permit. Apparently, we're dealing with someone that the jury felt is pathological. In 2013, his private investigator's license was revoked by the state for repeatedly lying about his past. The same year, he caught charges for 3 illegal handguns. Also in 2010, he got on the ballot for a town judge's seat in Oswego County by setting up what appeared to be a phony home address in Costanza. He dropped out of the race after the Post-Standard published a story about his residency and where he really lived. Felice's other convictions go back to 1982, grand theft in Orange County, California, sexual battery in 1992, and
wow.
And his excuse oftentimes has been that the aliens had something to do with it. Adirondacks has been named the ultimate New York getaway, the Adirondack Park. Not bad, right? It's beautiful. If you like that sort of thing, it's beautiful. Go to Lake Placid sometime. It's beautiful. Beautiful hotels. There's the beautiful Mirror Lake there. And, you got to be a special type to love Lake Placid.
To love it or to not love it?
To love it. I mean, only in that, the people who are up there, everyone's in shape. You will feel ashamed of yourself walking down the street.
Well, that's not true.
People jump in the lake and, what are you doing? I'm going to swim over to the other side of the lake.
I was up there in Plattsburgh for a while. Not everybody's in shape. And I will say that the thing that's interesting about this is...
Okay, all right, almost everybody.
They're not. They're not pulling sleds in the summer. But listen, so it's a number one getaway, and it's great, and it's beautiful, and it's wilderness. What do people call it? God's country. It's God's country, and it absolutely is.
Yeah,
but it's just funny. Everybody up here, when they get away for a weekend... usually what they're talking about is going down to the city.
You hear a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Michigan man who allegedly made anti-Semitic and racist threats to people at a preschool and a synagogue last week. I don't know what's going on, but the cases and incidences of anti-Semitic actions, comments, attacks are way up all over the country and around the world. In this case, the Michigan man who allegedly made anti-Semitic and racist threats to people at a preschool and synagogue last week pulled his pants down and mooned the judge in a separate case while he was on a Zoom call and a hearing with the judge. Here is Judge Regina Thomas reacting to what she saw on Zoom. Complete silence. She didn't know what to say. For some reason, that's not playing for me. 6:40 happens every morning at this time. You hit it, and nothing happens. You hit it, nothing happens. We have a big day, a lot to get to here this morning. Stefan Rubitsky is celebrating a birthday today.
Yes, he is. And in fact, he was all excited. He was still messaging me last night after we set this up. Couldn't wait. I'll see you in the morning.
He'll be
and
here.
I believe he's on his way in right now.
Today, Mayor Jackie Izzo will be on this morning. We'll speak with her. We'll talk more about Cazenovia College. We have some comments on that. Cazenovia College, can you imagine being the underclassman there? You're going to that school. You've made it all the way to your junior year. You're going to finish this year to become out of school. You're going to have to go to another school now.
Yeah, they're trying to find them other schools. And, in fact, we're going to talk to somebody later this morning about has the enrollment bubble basically burst on this? Have we reached
kind of
the peak?
wonder, like in schools in general.
Yeah.
And a lot of different, especially the smaller to mid-range schools. Cazenovia College has been around since the 1800s. So this is definitely it doesn't come as a complete shock. This is something we've been hearing. They've been having financial problems for quite some time. We'll talk more about it coming up. Jeff with a quick update. 6:41 Thursday morning on WIBX.
Till December 21st at Harley-Davidson and Power Sports of Utica. For every $100 worth of merchandise, get tickets to win a drawing of your choice, a new ATV or motorcycle for the holidays. We will match any competitor or e-commerce price. We're a Toys for Tots drop-off till December 9th. Till December 21st at Harley-Davidson and Power Sports of Utica. For every $100 worth of merchandise, get tickets to win a drawing of your choice, a new ATV or motorcycle for the holidays. We will match any competitor or e-commerce price. We're a Toys for Tots drop-off till December 9th.
Home and Hospital Medical Supply in the new Hartford Shopping Center proudly carries a wide selection of home medical equipment. Lift chairs to buy or rent, canes, crutches, walkers, powered scooters, braces, foot care products, and so much more. And if for some reason they don't carry the product you need, they'll custom order it at no extra charge. Mary and her experienced team are there to assist you Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or call them at 315-724-6767. Home and Hospital Medical Supplies. We make life easier.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Celebrate the season with Munson Williams Proctor Arts Institute in downtown Utica on Saturday, December 10th. Take 3, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, brings holiday favorites like All I Want for Christmas Is You and Silent Night to the museum for a festive concert played by pop classical instrumentalists. Tickets are on sale now at mwpai.org or 315-797-0055.
Yep. Cloudy skies, 41 degrees. WIBX News time is 6:44. This news update brought to you by Cliff's Local Market. They keep you going. Autopsy results show the woman who state police say was killed by her own son did die from multiple stab wounds to her neck. The body of 74-year-old Leora Chilson was found Tuesday at her home in the Village Green condos in Van Buren. Her son, 43-year-old Daniel Chilson, lived with her and is charged with second-degree murder in connection with her death. He was arraigned yesterday, and a not guilty plea was entered on his behalf. After being open for nearly 200 years, the doors of Cazenovia College will be shutting down for good in the coming months. School officials announcing that due to financial issues, the college will close permanently after the spring 2023 semester. The chair of the Cazenovia College Board of Trustees says efforts have been made to improve the school's finances, but there's still a projected deficit of millions of dollars. The latest tool to keep prescription medications from getting into the wrong hands is being tossed in the garbage. And Oneida County's opioid task force stepping up efforts to make sure of it. Bill, we've been told for years not to toss old, unwanted, or unused prescription meds in the trash, but there's now a safe way to do so using products like Deterra drug deactivation bags. Those bags provide permanent disposal of prescription medications using organic activated carbon to deactivate the drugs. Oneida County is partnering with Kinney Drugs to distribute those at upcoming events. A full list on our website at WIBX950.com. While you're there, you can also see a link to have the bags mailed to your home. The House January 6th Select Committee's report is due out in just under 2 weeks. Committee Chair Representative Benny Thompson said the report will include some form of public presentation with details still being ironed out. Thompson also said decisions regarding potential criminal referrals will be voted on publicly and released the same day. President Biden calls a ban on assault weapons common sense. He made that comment while attending the 10th annual National Vigil for all victims of gun violence last night at a church in Washington, D.C. Biden is the first president to attend that annual vigil. Social media companies should be held responsible for user content in some instances. That is what the Biden administration is arguing. Justice Department lawyers making that case to the Supreme Court in a lawsuit over an American killed in a 2015 terror attack in Paris. The victim's family claims YouTube's algorithms helped indoctrinate the terrorists by recommending Islamic State videos. Your WIBX Weather Center forecast is brought to you by the law offices of William Matar. Heard in a car, call William Matar. Could see some rain showers this morning. By this afternoon, it'll be mostly cloudy with a high of 41 today. Partly cloudy skies overnight tonight with a low of 20. For your Friday, mostly sunny, a high in the lower 40s. Saturday, again, sunny, high in the upper 30s. Sunday, some snow in the forecast and a high of 37. Right now, we have cloudy skies and 41 degrees at 6:47.
You want me to break or keep going? I can do whatever you want, Jeff Manaski.
Whatever you would like.
We'll break at the end. Let's keep it rolling here. For anything on your mind, you will take your phone calls here, 315-736-0186. We mentioned that we have in studio from Utica Mac, and there's a story and photos up on our website. The bidding currently, Davey, on the Utica Mac truck, which is an open-top, 12-volt battery-operated vehicle, which is beautiful. Davey, current bid on the Utica Mac truck is what? Where are we at?
$300.
$300. Okay. I would be comfortable if we could sell this at somewhere close to $400, but the bidding right now is at $300. Would you like me to describe this beautiful Mac truck that comes from Utica Mac? Here are some of the descriptions that are right on the box here. Officially licensed by Mack Truck, there are 2 speeds. Couple of speeds, 2.5 and 5 miles per hour, maximum forward, and 2.5 miles per hour in reverse. It has big wheels with rubber traction strip tires, shiny metallic body finish, working headlights, a CB communicator, electronic sound effects, 2 opening doors, world-famous Bulldog hood ornament, and it includes the 12-volt rechargeable battery and charger. And in addition to this, Utica Mac, the Highlands, gave $250 on top of it. So whoever makes that bid, you know, if it's a $400 bid, you just gave $650 to Toys for Tots.
That's excellent.
Isn't it great? Okay, and the next item we have is a New Holland tractor. This beautiful blue New Holland is perfect for a little kid, and it was donated by the United County Sheriff's Law Enforcement Foundation, Sheriff Rob Maschel, in cooperation with Clinton Tractor. It's a Peg Perigo New Holland kids tractor with a working dump cart. And the current bid on that is at $350.
Another great item. Whoever gets it's going to love it. And we want to say thanks because all the money we raise goes to Toys for Tots.
12-volt rechargeable battery on this. The recharger, the charging unit is included with the tractor and trailer ride-on toy. The ride-on tractor toy is made in the USA. And Peg Perugo's Fort Wayne, Indiana factory using domestic and global components. Tractor and trailer ride-on toy can drive up to 2.25 to 4.5 miles per hour on grass, dirt, or other hard surfaces with 2-speed shifter and reverse. That's important that it can go on hard surfaces, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tractor and trailer ride-on toy includes a working FM radio that somehow is stuck at 106.9 FM.
As it should be.
The trailer features an opening end gate, so you can actually pile some things in there and push them off or dump them off. Pretty darn cool.
Yeah, these are really cool.
And the bid, Davey, is at $350, right?
$350 on the Utica Mac, $300 on the New Holland.
There we go. There we have it. So in both cases, I'd love to see these go for like $400. Do you want to bid on this? Do you want to get this for your grandkid or your kid? Or maybe you want to drive this down the road. This could be people say, I want to get a golf cart for my neighborhood to go from neighbor to neighbor, neighbor's house to neighbor's house. This could service that for you. Probably not, unless you're my size.
So
the golf carts are expensive. You'd be saving a lot of money.
Yes, they are. They are quite expensive. So you mentioned the rechargeable battery. For those of us who don't have rechargeable batteries, do you want the latest on gas prices? We keep getting updates from our friends in Ilion. I appreciate it.
Is this the latest on gas prices in Ilion?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so Dave in Ilion sending a message yesterday, and I know we talked a bit about this. This is from Dave. Stewart's and Cliffs both up 10 cents as of Wednesday morning. Unsure if they went up higher later in the day.
So we don't have an update from this morning.
According to Gas Buddy, this was posted 21 hours ago. Stewart's at 307, Citgo at 329, and Gasway, it was posted one day ago at 298.
So the Greenies is still down below $3, according to Gas Buddy. I think.
This says, and it's a cash price. Same thing with Stewart's. Yeah. That's a cash price.
Gas Buddy is maybe a little bit delayed.
It seems like it might be.
Yep. If you have an update on that, feel free to call us, 315-736-0186. How do you tell what is most trending for 2022? I think the best way to do it is with YouTube searches and with Google searches. It's the new way to determine what's hot, right? If you Google something and it's Googled millions and millions of times, I guess you'd say that's a pretty hot item, right? Google released their year-end data yesterday. Who is the most researched person of the year? They are also the most researched actor. You know who it is? The most Google researched person of the year is also the most Googled and researched person who is an actor.
It's not Will Smith, is it?
Think about the year. That's a great guess. Not it. The answer is Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah.
So in order to celebrate, we put this together for you. Here we go. Okay, so nothing is going to play for me? That's great. Anyway, Will Smith probably would have been up there at the top.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's also got another movie out. Did you see that? I wasn't aware of it, but I just saw a trailer for it.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's out saying, hey, I don't want, don't hold this against the other actors. They work so hard. Please see this movie for them. Sure, I'll reap the benefits, but, do it for them, not for me if you have a problem with me. Please. Davey, what do you have here?
Update.
I love a good update.
$400 now on both.
$400 on both. How did that
Really?
just happen?
A person called in, wanted to bid.
They don't want their name out there?
His name is Rich.
Rich?
$400 on the Utica back, $400 on the
Wow.
tractor.
Wow. Well,
thanks, Rich.
I got to tell you, I feel like we're going to sell this before the end of the day then. Is that Richard? Is it Richard, Cheesecake Richard, or
No.
just another Rich? All right, Rich. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for the bid, man.
And the mystery. There's a lot of mystery there. Google's most searched song of 2022. You want to know what it is? Google's most searched. Davey knows what it is. Google's most searched, even though he's not a Mets fan, Davey knows what it is.
Oh, yeah, the horns.
Yeah. We don't talk about Bruno. No, that's not the same song, is it?
The
I
one
don't
that they
think it
play
is.
out for our closer?
Yeah.
When he comes in the sixth inning?
With Encanto. Is that it?
Edwin Diaz comes out to that.
We had some fun. Okay, here's a little audio on this one. Bet it doesn't play. Here we go. Isn't that awesome? Beautiful. Yesterday, Time Magazine named their 2022 Person of the Year. It is, and I believe should be, Volodymyr Zelensky. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
This guy, I try to find someone in history. Just think about this for a moment. Find someone in history that is equivalent to what this guy has done in the last year or so. Who can you think of? Do you want to go back to World War II? I don't know. Can you? Would we go back further? Where would we? I almost feel like you got to go back all the way to the Revolutionary War. I mean, there George Washington was. I guess you could say Dwight Eisenhower. Eisenhower fought in the war. I mean, here's Zelensky right out in the middle of it all. If he's asking for his residents to stand up and fight the Russians, he's not hiding in a bunker somewhere. He's right out in the middle of the action. I mean, he has led this nation to something that's unbelievable. I'm not sure we can find it. I think we have to go back over 200 years to find a leader like this that has done such a thing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And maybe I'm just not good with history, but think about it. He's been named Times Person of the Year, Zelensky. They said Zelensky's success as a wartime leader has relied on the fact that courage is contagious. Courage is contagious. You know, our forefathers were all a part of the world of the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that.
Right?
It is
I
a unique situation.
It's unbelievable
it's amazing.
when you think about what he has accomplished.
I always think of, and I'm not comparing the two, but the former boxer, one of the Klitschko brothers, who's like a mayor in a city or a village there, and he, when all this started, basically canceled all of his appearances, obviously in the States, and then went and re-enrolled in the military and was out there like in the streets with guns fighting.
Yeah,
it's just amazing. Yeah, and that's a good thing to say there. Courage being contagious.
Courage being contagious.
That certainly seems like it is.
That's the wording from Time Magazine, and there's no doubt it is just really unbelievable. We have a lot to get to. Coming up this hour, we'll talk about college enrollment. Have we reached, has the bubble blown up? Has it popped? Are we looking at other schools that are going to be having some financial difficulties?
I'm actually hearing there's a couple that are dealing with it right now that maybe you would know by name.
That's very true. Maybe right in this area. Free money question of the day coming up from Habaika next hour. Let's see if we can give away his money. Also, we'll do the Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week. Mayor Jackie Izzo is on next hour, and much more to get to. It's a busy Thursday morning. And we start out with the fairly mild temperatures. We're in the 40s. 6:57 at WIBX.
The holiday program of a small Texas town spins hilariously out of control when one mishap after another keeps the entire production off balance, resulting in a laugh-filled play you won't forget. For 2 weekends only, December 9th through the 18th, Players of Utica presents Christmas Bells, a fast-paced Southern-flavored comedy directed by Stephen Wagner. It's not easy for the citizens of Faro, Texas to put on their annual Christmas show when they have to deal with feuding directors, a convict bent on revenge, hot flashes, food poisoning, kidney stones, a huge family secret, and a reluctant Elvis impersonator. It's all in good fun and is sure to put you in a holly jolly holiday mood. That's December 9th, 10th, 11th, 16th, 17th, and 18th with matinees for Sunday performances. Get your tickets for Christmas Bells at playersofutica.org or call 315-724-7624 today. Senior and student tickets are available with proper ID at both the evening and matinee performances.
Don't miss this terrific deal. Score your half-off gift certificate to Hot Off the Brick in Westmoreland this Thursday morning at 8 a.m. before they sell out. We save you money every day with SeizeTheDeal.com. These deals are limited and they sell out fast. So whether you're in the mood for a pizza, wings, calzones, subs, gyros, or a salad, Hot Off the Brick is the place to be. Log on to SeizeTheDeal.com and get your half-off gift certificates for Hot Off the Brick in Westmoreland. Hurry, they sell out fast.
Lisa Booth here for Bishop Gold Group. So just when you think the stock market's recovering and everything's going back to normal, well, here comes another downturn. So what are you going to do? The answer is gold. The company that I trust is Bishop Gold Group. They can advise you on investing in gold and gold IRAs. So act now and get up to $5,000 in free silver with a qualified purchase. Call Bishop Gold Group on your phone, dial pound 250, keyword Bishop Gold. That's pound 250, Bishop Gold, or go to bishopgoldgroup.com.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX 950 Utica, Rome, W295DI Utica, Rome, your news, talk, and sports leader, a Town Square media station.
He wants more time. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Biden wants to end a Trump-era COVID policy that's blocked some migrants from entering the U.S. illegally amid a record surge at the border, but not yet. So
the Biden administration is appealing a federal judge's order that struck down the Title 42 immigration policy.
That order wants to end Title 42 in 2 weeks.
Republicans have said lifting the policy could make that surge even greater, endangering migrants and the Americans that live in border communities. While Biden officials eventually want to get rid of Title 42 and replace it with a new public health regulation, they currently argue the asylum restrictions need to stay in place, at least for now.
Fox's Sean Langell, a Border Patrol agent, was killed yesterday when he crashed his ATV chasing migrants in Mission, Texas. A former Border Patrol agent was convicted of murder in South Texas. Juan Ortiz will get life in prison for killing 4 sex workers. Ortiz told investigators he was trying to clean up the streets. In the still unsolved murder of 4 University of Idaho students, something new.
Police in Moscow, Idaho are looking to speak to the occupants of a white Hyundai Elantra, model year between 2011 and 2013. The car was seen near the off-campus house where a grisly quadruple homicide took place November 13th.
Fox's Matt Napolitano. The power is back on in Moore County, North Carolina. It was knocked out by an attack on 2 substations Saturday by someone police are still searching for.
There may be possibilities of an isolated pocket or two where, with the equipment having been off for several days, we could have a routine small few customer issue there.
Duke Energy's Jeff Brooks. Duke is also investigating reports of shots fired at a power facility in South Carolina, but there's no damage or outages there. This is news fit to print. A walkout at the New York Times. A 24-hour work stoppage, the first one at the newspaper in more than 40 years. Hundreds of journalists and other employees walking out amid a contract dispute over issues like pay and remote work policies. America's listening to Fox News.
Oh, won't you stick with me, baby? I'm going to make a lot of bread. I mean both money and actual bread. But right now I need dough, 'cause my delivery truck's dead. And by dough I mean money. Trucks don't run on bread.
Owning a small business isn't always as lovely as it sounds, but with personalized discounts that save you money, Progressive Commercial keeps you humming along. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
I need more dough. Need with an N. I need more dough. Need with a K.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and discounts not available for all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
Smith & Wesson is committed to empowering Americans, no matter what. With inflation hitting everywhere, we've decided to make a change. Now, you can buy a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, our most popular concealed carry firearm, at an all-new low price, $100 off MSRP. We're absorbing the costs and passing along the savings to you so you don't have to compromise on personal security. Visit smithandwesson.com to find a Shield Plus near you. Smith & Wesson. Always expect the best.
Cloudy skies, 41 degrees. WIBX news time is 7:03. This news update is brought to you by Nothing Bundt Cakes in New Hartford. Sweeten your holidays with decorated bundt cakes, festive buntinis, and giftable buntlets. Order online at nothingbundtcakes.com. After nearly 200 years, the doors of Cazenovia College will be shutting for good in the coming months as school officials announced yesterday that because of financial issues, Cazenovia College will close permanently after the spring 2023 semester. The chair of the Cazenovia College Board of Trustees says efforts had been made to improve the finances, but still a projected deficit of millions. The school will work with students to help them transfer to new colleges. An autopsy shows that a woman who state police say was killed by her son died from multiple stab wounds to her neck. The body of 74-year-old Leora Chilson was found Tuesday in her home in the Village Green condos in Van Buren. She shared that condo with her son, 43-year-old Daniel Chilson, who is charged with second-degree murder in her killing. He was arraigned yesterday. A not guilty plea entered on his behalf. He's currently being held in the Onondaga County Justice Center without bail. Fire chief in Madison County in trouble with the law on accusations of a disturbing crime. The county sheriff's office says the Eaton Fire District Chief John Latham was arrested for allegedly having inappropriate contact with a minor. Deputies also claim the 53-year-old man gave a 16-year-old girl marijuana before allegedly touching her. Anyone with information on the case is asked to contact the Madison County Sheriff's Office. The latest tool to keep prescription meds from getting into the wrong hands is being tossed in the garbage on purpose. Of course, we've been told for years not to throw out old, unwanted, or unused prescription medications, but health officials now say it's safe to do so if you're using products like Deterra drug deactivation bags. Oneida County announcing a partnership with Kinney Drugs to distribute those bags at pharmacy locations in Oneida County. A full schedule on our website, WIBX950.com. And the county will also mail them to your home if you prefer. You can find that information there as well. The bags can be used for pills, patches, liquids, creams, and films using a simple and environmentally safe active carbon technology that completely destroys the drugs simply by adding warm water. All you have to do is follow instructions. And the Keeler in the Morning radio show auctioning off 2 amazing gifts for kids this week. The money raised will allow for the purchase of more toys for local kids through Toys for Tots. We have a kid-sized Mack truck that runs on a 12-volt battery and a kid-sized battery-operated New Holland tractor. Both retail for about $400. We are taking bids. 315-736-0186. Call our man Smitty. The Mack truck was donated by Utica Mack, and the New Holland comes from the Oneida County Sheriff's Law Enforcement Foundation and Clinton Tractor. And we have updates on those bids. We got them just at the end of last hour. The current bid on each vehicle right now is $400. Your Weather Center forecast is brought to you by the law offices of William Mattar. Hurt in a car, call William Mattar. Right now, cloudy and 41. We could see a few raindrops this morning. Cloudy by this afternoon with a high of 41. Partly cloudy overnight tonight and a low of 20. Sunshine for your Friday, a high reaching 41. Saturday, sunny with a high only in the upper 30s. Could see some snow in the forecast. Or the forecast says we could see some snow on Sunday and a high of 37. Right now, cloudy and 41 at 7:07.
All right, so the news came yesterday that Aaron Judge, superstar, decent guy, outfielder, home run hitter, is reportedly signing a deal to stay with the New York Yankees. There are multiple reports that Judge and the Yankees agreed to a 9-year deal worth $360 million.
That's
a big deal. That's a long-time deal right now.
Yeah, 9 years, and amazingly, somebody else signed an 11-year deal. But Smitty said the offer from the Padres was $420 million.
What's that again, Davey?
The San Diego Padres offered Aaron Judge $420 million.
For what, 10 years or
11.
9? For 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and he took less money to stay with the
Yankees.
Yeah. And the Giants also offered 9 years, $360.
Were the Mets involved in that deal at all?
No,
They
it just
were
came
not.
down to 3 teams: the Yankees, the
Okay.
Padres, and the Giants.
All right, interesting. Well, the Mets had said they weren't interested, right? They said they were not going after him, which they got into a little bit of trouble for that.
They did.
Just by saying that. And then there's some Bills news here. The Bills, Von Miller. You know, this guy just recently was out saying, I'm going to be back next week. I think I can play next week. And the Bills are like, no, hold on tight. And now they're saying has he gone under surgery or will go through a surgery for a torn ACL?
He did it on Tuesday.
All right, so it's all over. It's all said and done. He's done for the season. That's a big loss for Buffalo. And it means others are going to have to step up. But when you have a superstar like that, just think about how big. That was like the final piece of the puzzle for Buffalo.
6 years we got him.
We
Is
won't
that a
have him
6-year
this
deal?
year.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Tonight, the Giants host the Eagles in Week 14. Is that tonight? Is
No,
that
no,
tonight's game?
that's Sunday.
All right.
Tonight's Rams-Raiders.
Tonight, the Rams and Raiders are playing. I'll mention the Giants game also. Giants are taking on the top team in the NFL this weekend, the Eagles. And I just bring that up because I know there's a rivalry between Nagel and Manansky. Nagel is a big Nagel who oftentimes pipes in here on the program. He is an Eagles fan, true and true, right?
Yeah. Oh, he absolutely is.
The Bills will host. Davey, host. Are they back home this weekend?
Yep.
The New York Jets.
right.
Jets, and then the Dolphins come in.
That's all going to be big, and that Dolphins game has been moved to a week from this Saturday. It'll be a Saturday night game. Let's see. The Rangers, New York Rangers, 5-1 over Las Vegas last night. And a couple of other things that are worth getting into. This Sunday, Utica City FC is playing at home at the Adirondack Bank Center for a matinee game. Otherwise, the Comets are on the road. The Pioneers playing their final game of 2022 on the road, playing the under-18 U.S. Olympic team, Team USA. And we won't see the Pioneers back in action until after New Year's. We won't see them in the Adirondack Bank Center until the 13th and 14th of January. But they are ranked second in the country right now. Anything else you want me to add?
No, that's
Syracuse plays Georgetown.
Syracuse on Saturday will play Georgetown. That's a 1 o'clock game on ABC. 7:10. We'll come right back here for Thursday morning on WIBX.
We've all said it.
Honey, there is nothing to eat.
Mom, do we have anything to eat?
Why don't we ever have anything to eat in this house?
But for 1 in 8 of us?
Mom, I'm hungry.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
It's okay.
There really isn't enough food to eat. You can help. Give today at foodbankcny.org.
Hi, this is Lori with Express Employment Professionals. Are you looking for a new job, a career change, a position within your field? Express Employment Professionals is the staffing firm for you. Express has multiple job opportunities across many industries throughout our region. Are you an IT professional? Find that perfect company now. CNC machinists, HVAC and boiler mechanics, we've got the job for you. Are you a warehouse worker, machine operator, forklift driver? Find a better job now. Industrial painters, sheet metal workers, find that new job now. Carpenters, welders, the skilled trades, you're in demand. Bookkeepers, supply chain specialists, and administrative professionals, start a new career today. Our process is easy. Go to expressmohawkvalley.com to complete our online application and apply now. Our recruiters will call you to set up a meeting. You can also call our office at 315-790-5723. Express Employment Professionals. We make it our business to put you to work.
Hey, it's Dana Cortez, and I'm married to DJ Automatic. When it comes to big life decisions, having options is something I value for our family, especially when it comes to saving money. That's why I love State Farm.
State Farm knows everyone has a budget, and they've got options like insuring your car and your home, getting you great rates on both, or they can help personalize your policy with options so that you can get a surprisingly great rate.
I love that option. Saving money, that's what it's all about, so we bundle our home and our car. So for surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
It's the holidays. You need a new bed, but you've got shopping to do. I get it. This is Kevin Fear, president of Mattress Express. Would a $1,000 prepaid Visa card help out? How about a 75-inch flat screen TV? You're going to get your choice of those two things at Mattress Express when you get a select luxury king or queen set, like the number bed by Instant Comfort or Posh and Lavish. Yes, of course, you'll get the flex set option in king or queen. 5 years, no interest, no money down for qualified buyers, and an incredible night's sleep. Don't forget, we also have Purple and Puffy, the big online brands when you come to our store. Come on in, try them all before you buy. We'll pull up their website in store. We'll give you the same price, their same holiday deal that they're giving online, but you get to try it first. It's the holidays. You always get a great deal during the holidays at Mattress Express. Go to mattressexpressny.com or call 1-800-NEW-BEDS.
Home and Hospital Medical Supply in the new Hartford Shopping Center proudly carries a wide selection of home medical equipment. Lift chairs to buy or rent, canes, crutches, walkers, powered scooters, braces, foot care products, and so much more. And if for some reason they don't carry the product you need, they'll custom order it at no extra charge. Mary and her experienced team are there to assist you Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or call them at 315-724-6767. Home and Hospital Medical Supplies. We make life easier.
Hi, I'm Oneida County Executive Anthony Pacenti. Over the years, you've brought them into your home. You were prescribed opiates after a surgery 2 years ago, a broken bone last year, and a dental procedure last month. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. Holding on to unused medication like opiates puts your family at risk. Remove the risk by getting 2 free medication disposal bags mailed directly to your home. Hurry and don't delay. There's a limited supply.
Go to ocopioidtaskforce.org.
We all like convenience, right? ATMs, takeout food, drive-through pharmacies. Now, Bremer's is making it just as convenient to enjoy your favorite wines and spirits with Bremer's to go. It's simple. Place your order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 on your first order with our mobile app. Order before 5 p.m. for pickup the same day. Hey, you can even call us when you get to the store and we'll bring your order right out and load it in the car for you. Now that's convenience. Maybe you're planning a party. Maybe you want to stock up on your favorite wines. Or you just want to save time when you're out and about. Whatever the reason, at Bremer's, we're all about incredible customer service. So when you're on the go, we are too. Order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 with our mobile app. Order before 5 p.m. for pickup the same day. It's Bremer's to go, available 7 days a week from Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
It's a new day because COVID vaccines just got a big update. So all the big stuff coming up this fall? Well, now you can say, you bet I'll be there. Because updated COVID vaccines protect against both the original COVID virus and Omicron. And everyone 5 and older can get one. So this is a moment we've all been waiting for.
Find updated COVID vaccines at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Celebrate the season with Munson Williams Proctor Arts Institute in downtown Utica on Saturday, December 10th. Take 3, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, brings holiday favorites like All I Want for Christmas Is You and Silent Night to the museum for a festive concert played by pop classical instrumentalists. Tickets are on sale now at mwpai.org or 315-797-0055.
Every day at NBT Bank, we focus our business around all the ways we can help yours. We're large enough to offer leading business and digital solutions, but local enough to ensure personalized one-on-one service. So turn to NBT Bank for a full range of business solutions, like capital and treasury management services, even fraud protection, and see how NBT Bank is just the right size to help you do big things. Visit nbtbank.com to learn more and start a conversation. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
William Mattar, for the win. Insurance companies make more money by paying you less. You've been seriously injured in a car crash, so why should you settle for less money than you deserve? At William Mattar, we've handled thousands of serious injury claims. There are short time deadlines, so call now. Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444. Main Street, Williamsville, South State Street, Syracuse.
Buy direct from the manufacturer and make a splash with a new spa from Strong Spas, now open in Sangertown Square. Choose from over 100 ready-to-deliver spas in stock with new inventory weekly and prices slashed to move fast. Visit the largest spa showroom in New York State and ask about their many financing options. You have to see this showroom to believe it. Strong Spas. Experience the difference in person. Sangertown Square, New Hartford, or online at StrongSpas.com. Hurry, these spas won't last.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
Well, he's celebrating a birthday today. By the way, how old are you today?
44 on Derek Coleman's number.
Okay, very nice. He is 44 years old, and there he is, Mr. Stefan Rubitsky. We'll get a better shot of you in a second. So, good morning. What are you going to do for your birthday? I think you're having a little get-together today, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Later on, having a little get-together, and at my place, whoever can make it, and whoever can't...
well, they can't.
They can't.
Yeah, it's their loss.
Yes.
Yeah. So, 44 years. Wow, you're the year of Syracuse this year.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. You're wearing your IBX T-shirt. How did you get here this morning?
My friend John gave me a ride.
Very nice. I'm glad you were able to make your way in here. So now, what do you have prepared? It looks like you have a little something prepared there.
Yeah, a sports report here.
Okay, so you want to? He wants to try out for the sports. Sure, you do a better job than I do.
Listen, you know what? And I didn't ask you, and I told Stefan I would, and I apologize. So he wanted to know if he could do a sports report this morning for his birthday. I said we could probably do it, but I said at the least you could certainly join in on the conversations because you bring up a lot of valid points.
Yeah. Why don't you want to try right now, do an audition right now, and see what the people think?
Sure.
Yeah. Now, I have to say, this company is not hiring a sports person. I just have to tell you that right off the bat. If we could find, we've already asked everybody to do it, so now I'm doing it. Even our plow guy, who's like, I can't do it, Bill. There's not enough snow out there. Most days I'm not even at your place. I'm not going to do it. So I just want you to know you're not trying out for an open position, so we're not going to hire you. That's what I'm just telling you. Because trust me, there's no money here. If there was, I'd be taking it. Okay? All right, so just so you know. All right, so can we play
You want a sports bet? Sure, you got it.
We're going to do the sports bet and try to nail it at 60 seconds. See what you can do here.
Ready?
All right, are you ready to go? What pot is this on? Two. All right, Stefan.
Yankee outfielder Aaron Judge signed a $360 million 9-year deal to stay with the Yankees. Also at the winter meetings, the Mets signed starting pitcher Jose Quintana to a 2-year deal. The Mets also made a trade with the Tampa Bay Rays for lefty reliever Brooks Raley, sending a prospect to the Rays. Now, tonight on Thursday Night Football, here on WIBX 950 AM, 106.9 FM, the Las Vegas Raiders travel to the LA Rams to the LA Rams, and last night in NBA action, the Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets won last night. Brooklyn beat the Hornets 122-116. The Knicks beat the Hawks 113-89.
That was excellent.
You got to do a close.
I'm Stefan
Close it out.
Rubitsky.
Hey, I'm
WIBX
Stefan
950 Sports.
I'm Stefan Rubitsky,
Yeah.
WIBX 950 AM, 106.9 Sports.
All right, I like it. You did it within the 60-second bed there, or whatever that is.
It's actually, that was a 90.
90.
Was
You're
a 90.
within the 90.
But you did a good job. That was excellent, and I appreciate you plugging the game tonight. Because as we've said before, those who are not Amazon Prime subscribers or have the Amazon Prime or Amazon digital products there, you're looking for the game. We cover them every week right here on the radio. on IBX.
I do have to say, if I may, I think you need a better out. Like you need something that's more almost like your trademark. Like, and now you know sports better than you've ever known it before. I'm Stephen Ray. Something like that. I mean, think about that.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it.
Yeah,
I was thinking something like at the end, you just say, and the Knicks beat the Hawks last night, whatever the score was. Well, hello, that's your morning sports report with Stefan Rubitsky.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Or
well,
you could do
hello.
it, or you could do it
Well,
like.
hello, that's sports. I'm Stefan Rubitsky.
I like that. I do like it. Yeah. Although maybe you go even further, and it's almost like a romper room thing. Do you remember romper room?
Barely.
Well, hello, Billy and Johnny, and I see Susie and Cusey. Right?
Right.
Don't
Could
do
be.
that, Steph.
Don't do that? All right.
No.
All right, we're going to leave it where it's at. We're going to leave it right where it's at. Well, we want to say happy birthday, and you're joining in with us this morning. So.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Are we getting this this college thing that we're planning to do?
Yes.
Stefan is the graduate of the radio television program at Herkimer College. Some of the memories you have there: Cal Sokoloff, Dave Champeau, Mike Judice. I'm trying to think of names.
Mrs. Carroll.
Mrs. Carroll, Mary Ann Carroll. Who else, Davey?
Bob Gassman.
Bob Gassman. Jimmy Ruttman.
He's a
I
classic.
think Dave
Taylor
Champeau, rest in peace, passed away.
He did. That was very sad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you graduated from there.
Yes, I did. 2003.
Pretty cool. Davey, you also are a Herkimer grad?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, imagine if you were going to school and you got through your first year, and because it's a 2-year school, Herkimer College, and all of a sudden they're like, "Well, we're closing down." That's what students at Cazenovia are dealing with right now. Crazy.
It is.
The school is just struggling, and year after year, the numbers are down and further down and further down. This college dates back to, at one point, it was an all-girls school. It dates back to the 1800s.
Really?
And I think as late as the 1980s, it was all-girl. Then it might have gone to mixed male-female, and then it might have gone back to all-girl and then back to mixed.
So
I think that's how. I don't know how they did it.
I know, and I was going to throw this at you as a possible trivia question, but yours are always way better than mine, so we're not going to get to this anyway. But I looked up their notable graduates, and one of their notable graduates was Leland Stanford, one of the founders. He and his wife founded Stanford University.
Wow, out of Cazenovia. Wow, that's really cool.
How about that?
Got to be smart to go to that school. Davey, you actually have somebody who was a graduate of Cazenovia.
Yes, my sister.
His sister graduated
From the early childhood program.
Yeah. How's that cupcake, Davey? It's
his mouth full a little bit.
I always listen. It's not his fault. I catch him when he's right in mid-bite.
You can see him in there.
It's Stefan's birthday cupcake.
Happy birthday again, Stefan. Chris in New Hartford, who I believe is reaching out. He was interested in making a bid possibly on the vehicles as well.
We're right now at $400 on both of them.
Yes, we are. He said, wow, Stefan did a great job on sports.
He did.
John in Bridgewater says, hey, Jeff, I hope Stefan's not going to get laid off on his birthday.
Well, it could happen. That's why we can't hire him today, because we'd have to lay him off. So.
And then Ralph says this morning, we were talking about Zelensky being named the Person of the Year. He says Winston Churchill might be a good comparison. Read about him and his leadership during the Battle of Britain, when Hitler was bombing London in preparation for an invasion that never came, largely due to Churchill's defiant leadership and the Royal Air Force.
I thought of that, and in fact, I was on Talk TV in London last night. That was one of the topics that we were talking about, is who would you compare him to? And even they were like, I'm not sure that Churchill would make it. All that because the host, Petri, said, and by the way, I was right on this. The network that I'm on is Pierce Morgan's network, and he was on just before me.
Oh, nice.
And I'm sure he was like, who the hell is this guy? Right? Me. But nonetheless, Petri said, the problem is our leaders back during World War II, even Churchill, were very protected. They were bunkered down.
Right.
They were, so it's almost like you can't make that comparison. The only comparison I've been able to come up with is And we have some history buffs here, and I'd like to have everybody. Who would you compare? Everybody pipe in. Who would you compare Zelensky to? And why I say you couldn't with Churchill is because he was bunkered down. Certainly instrumental, right? I mean, a part of saving the world from Hitler. But I feel like you got to go all the way back to the Revolutionary War, when our forefathers were out on the ground fighting the war, fighting the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from some folks if they have opinions on it, because you're right. We
George
have a lot
Washington comes to mind.
Big history buffs in the audience.
So what is your take? Certainly, I do believe that Zelensky deserves that honor. And who else would you pick to be man of the year? I don't know who else you would pick. Stefan, do you want to add in on that? I know you're a history buff yourself.
I don't know Mr. Zelensky, no
Zelensky.
comment.
Yeah, no comment. All right, Davey, my screen is not up here. Who are we talking about?
That's the college lady, Lauren Daltrey.
All right, Lauren Daltrey is on the line right now. Lauren, good morning. We finally got you. Thanks so much. How are you? And good morning.
Good morning. Doing well. Thanks so much for having me.
So the question is, has college enrollment reached a peak? And it's funny. The story comes on the heels of a story that we're dealing with. Is Cazenovia College, which you had an interesting point about Stanford University. Cazenovia College, dating back to the 1800s in upstate New York. One of their famous grads.
Yeah, Leland Stanford was obviously the founder of Stanford University.
Founder of Stanford University. But Cazenovia has announced that this will be their final year. They are closing up. Can you imagine a college is closing for good?
Well, I think we may see more of that over time. This next batch of students has watched their older peers go through the educational system and take on massive student loan debt, and many of them then struggle to pay it off because the education they received was not helpful in getting a higher paid job. So I think students all across the country are wise to be looking at college very thoughtfully and making decisions perhaps a little differently than some of their older peers.
Yeah.
We're probably going to see this continue, right? I mean, I don't have anything concrete in front of me, but we hear reports that several SUNY schools are in trouble, and we're just hitting on New York. I mean, this is an issue across the country, right?
Yes, well, competition is a good thing, though, and it's easy to see these things happening and feel sad about it, and for those who cherish those schools, it can be indeed a painful thing, but markets change, markets evolve, and increased competition in the market, whether it's this or other products, tends to produce better results and better options for people. And so I think we should see increased competition and scrutiny of universities as a positive for students.
It is. It's interesting what's going on in colleges and universities around the country when it comes to sports and how sports does such an amazing job of attracting students to a school. Take a look at Syracuse University, which has an incredible broadcasting and media, even social media today, program in Newhouse. You graduate from Newhouse, and a TV or radio station or media group's going to take a look at you very seriously. Absolutely. And you may get the job over somebody else just because of your degree. But it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in all career paths. Oftentimes, you hear people that spent 4 years in college and they're working at a convenience store. They're working at, Boscov's or somewhere. I mean, you hear that so often.
Absolutely, and skilled trades have gotten really neglected over the past couple of decades. There was this perception for a while that people felt they had to encourage their kids to go to college to be successful, and that's just an unfair generalization and statement. You can be very successful as a skilled tradesman, and some skilled tradesmen are going to be much more successful than college graduates. And those are good jobs, those are good professions, those are good careers. And so one of the things our society needs to shift on is encouraging our kids to consider skilled trades.
Here's an issue, though. What do you say to the people who the kids who want to be a teacher, or you want to be an accountant, or you want to be a doctor or a surgeon? You really have no choice. You got to go to get that degree. It's extremely important to get that degree, but chances are you're going to be putting yourself in major debt getting in.
Well, as colleges have to get more competitive to appeal to the shrinking student pool, that will mean that the smart ones will find new ways to make themselves more competitive. And one way to do that is saying, hey, we're going to provide you with a great education very cost effectively. And so I think we'll see more and more universities seeing the importance of that and shifting to that, and the smart ones will do well. And the universities who fail to pivot and provide increased value or decreased cost will suffer.
Hamilton College here in our area, big school, legendary old school, that they do a needs-based program. So it's if you're never able to not go to Hamilton College because of money, which is awesome. Other schools, you may be spending $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year to go to college. It's crazy. I have somebody asking, is the free tuition or tuition relief, is that a part of what's causing the stress on these colleges?
Well, I can't speak for the internal finances of these colleges to that degree, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that for some that is probably likely the case. But I think the bigger issue is just students looking to go to school elsewhere, because there are still plenty of students in the market for schooling, but they're being more picky than they used to, and that's a good thing.
Lauren, where did you go to school?
Emory University.
Would you do it all over again?
I received a great education in many ways there, and I met my future spouse, and so it turned out well for me, but I took on a lot more student debt than I wish I had. So it's a mixed bag, as is the case for many people.
I have to say, I learned a lot in college. I was already working in the industry as a young kid when I entered college. I learned most about Mad Dog 2020, the grape flavor. Stay clear of it. That's something that I learned in college. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, Lauren. Listen, the reality is it's so interesting that this story is out there on the very day that our big story is nearby Cazenovia College, after years of history, is closing down. It's a changing of the way we do business, it seems. Lauren, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Likewise.
Have a
Thanks
great
so much.
day.
Bye-bye.
Coming up, we'll do Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week. We'll get to that coming right up.
Utica University, at that time was still Utica College, back in 2015, of course, announced, and they were one of the first to do this, and did it by one of the largest reductions that they reduced tuition. So there was a 40% drop from 2015 to 2016, and they were among a handful of colleges in the country that did that, and really the 42% reduction, according to this list I have here, was top. Some schools reduced by 20.
It was a
15.
national story.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah. But when you're you can really save a ton of money by going to a Utica first for the first 2 years, and say it's important to you to for your kid to graduate at a high profile school. Why not start at MV? Why not start at Herkimer and then transfer in? Why not start at a Utica College? The money that you can save or you could finish at Utica College, for God's sakes, and then go to graduate school after that. The money you save by going here is quite significant.
And I'll throw another plug out there. Mohawk Valley Community College recently announced a couple months back that they were doing a program called Today's Students, Tomorrow's Teachers. And it's, I'll say, a fast-track way, but a quicker way to get a teacher assistant certification because of the teacher shortage that we are experiencing and will continue to experience in the years ahead.
Listen, I don't want to call anybody out here, but I know that Herkimer is struggling. Based on people we've spoken with, Herkimer College is struggling. Enrollment is just way down. Well, it's probably the case in so many different places. Herkimer's enrollment is down. One of the things, though, that Herkimer always had that was a great, attractive program, they have a great criminal justice program. Their sports is second to none. I mean, they have the number of national championships they have is incredible. But their radio television program was enormous. Think of the number of people that program attracted, even our own Stefan Rubitsky right here. But that program's now gone.
Yeah.
And they are struggling with enrollment. So interesting. But Cazenovia College calling it quits. Wow. Fred F. Collis and Sons, heating and cooling. The final day is tomorrow to take advantage of National Grid rebates. Tomorrow, you can save big on new high-efficiency boilers, furnaces, a tankless water heater. Save up to $1,000 on a boiler, $900 on a new furnace, and up to $250 on a new tankless water heater from National Grid when you purchase. And Collis will walk you through the entire program. You can count on them any day of the year, even Sundays, weekends, holidays. Middle of the night, if you lose your heat, there's someone on call to assist you. And if your boiler or your furnace or your heating system is in need of an update, maybe now is the time with this rebate program that National Grid is offering, but it expires tomorrow. Close the business tomorrow, it's all over. So call Collis today, schedule an appointment. They'll walk you through the entire program and show you how you could save up to $1,000 on a new high-efficiency boiler. And even more money on the furnace of your choice or a new tankless water heater. Call today at 315-381-8982. Fred F. Collis and Sons Heating and Cooling, 315-381-8982.
Every day, more than 250 people from all walks of life die from a drug overdose. They include our families, friends, and our neighbors. Their deaths are preventable with a simple first aid tool. Naloxone, also known by the brand name Narcan, is first aid and it saves lives. It's easy to use and can be administered by anyone. Oneida County wants to get it into as many businesses and homes as possible. Sign up online and receive an overdose rescue kit with 2 doses of Narcan nasal spray for free. Go to ocgov.net and click on Save a Life to request your free kit.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton. Here at Hilton Estate and Elder Law, we take the term planning seriously. Estate planning is meant to take the stress out of life's uncertainties, such as illness, disability, and death. Traditional planning is critically important, but some situations require special consideration. For instance, if you're a parent with young children, in a blended family, or in an unmarried relationship, you face unique legal challenges. At Hilton Estate and Elder Law, we can help navigate those challenges. And while planning ahead is very important, if you have a loved one that's currently in a nursing home or extended care facility, it's not too late to act to protect assets against those expenses. Call us today to find out how to use strategies to protect your assets. My team and I can help you sort through any of these legal issues. I'm Rob Hilton, inviting you to call Hilton Estate and Elder Law for a free consultation.
Hilton, you know the name, they know the law. Hilton Estate and Elder Law.
We have cloudy skies, 41 degrees. WIBX News Time is 7:40. This news update brought to you by Baird Private Wealth Management, a strong financial partner for 100 years. Visit bairdoffices.com/Utica. President Biden honoring victims of gun violence on Wednesday. The president attended the 10th annual National Vigil for all victims of gun violence at a church in Washington, D.C. Biden maintaining his stance on banning assault weapons, which he called common sense. The president is the first president to attend that annual vigil. Russian President Vladimir Putin says his war in Ukraine could drag on for some time. Putin spoke about the war in a televised meeting, saying that this can be a long process. Putin also said there has been no second call-up of Russian reservists to fight in Ukraine. The House is set to vote on the Respect for Marriage Act today after putting it off earlier this week. The measure was crafted to codify the right to same-sex marriage and has already passed the Senate with bipartisan support. COVID, flu, and RSV cases are overwhelming the nation's hospitals. New numbers from the CDC show flu hospitalizations and deaths are up. The CDC says hospitals are being stressed with a high number of people with other respiratory illnesses like RSV and COVID. Hospitalizations for flu are at the highest levels in more than a decade. Mid-sized housing markets are expected to see the strongest growth in sales and prices in 2023. That's according to a report from Realtor.com. Those areas didn't see as much price surge during the pandemic and are still considered somewhat affordable. Disney Plus starting its new low-priced, ad-supported service today. Disney Plus Basic will cost U.S. subscribers $7.99 a month with ads. Disney Plus without ads will go from $7.99 to $10.99 a month starting later today. Your WIBX Weather Center forecast calling for a chance of rain showers this morning. Otherwise, cloudy skies this afternoon with a high today reaching 43 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight tonight with a low of 20. Friday, sunny, a high of 41. Saturday, sunny, a high of 39. Could see some snow on Sunday. Mainly in the afternoon, a high of 37 degrees. 41 right now, mostly cloudy at 7:43.
All right, running a little behind. I want to do our free money question of the day. We'll do that coming up in just a second. Right now, who's on the line, Davey? Who do I have?
Saeed.
From the United County Sheriff's Department. Good morning, Saeed. Thanks for coming on. And we're looking for our Mohawk Valley Crime Stoppers Wanted Person of the Week. Who are we looking for this week?
Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
This week we are looking for a gentleman by the name of William, middle initial P, last name Murphy. He's a white male, 45 years of age, about 5'8", weighs approximately 180 pounds. He has brown hair, hazel eyes. So currently, our office has 4 bench warrants for him out of Oneida County Hope Court. The first bench warrant, the charge is criminal impersonation in the second degree. The second bench warrant, the charge is obstructing governmental administration. Second, false impersonation and several vehicle and traffic law charges. The third bench warrant is criminal possession of controlled substance in the 7th degree and several other vehicle and traffic law charges. And the fourth warrant is petty larceny.
There's a lot here. And the full story and photo is posted up on our website at WIBX950.com. You can check that out there. And investigator, we've heard some really great stories of how people have heard this segment, seen the piece on our website, and phoned in to Crime Stoppers. It has become extremely successful. And part of that is when you see the story, share it on your social media. This is what makes our community that much safer. It's a program that's working.
Absolutely, Bill. I agree with that. I think spreading the word and like you said, sharing it on social media, I think that helps us and, gets the name and gets the picture out and gets that information out to the public.
Investigator Saeed Karsik, Oneida County Sheriff's Department, thank you so much. We appreciate it. You can see the full story and photo up on our website at WIBX950.com. Have a great rest of the week. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. You too.
All right. Let's do our free money question of the day, Davey. This morning, make it quick. We're looking for caller number 2 at 315-736-0186. That is significant for Davey because there were 2 other teams vying for Aaron Judge, right? It was 2 other teams, but the Yankees won out. Caller 2 right now, 315-736-0186. A chance to win from Hobika. Joseph and Andrew Hobika, Hobika, at 315-724-1600. Caller 2 takes a shot at money and more. Next on WIBX.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
28 years ago, Lori Potasowicz had a dream. With a natural love for pets, she wanted to become an expert groomer. So she set out to become the area's only nationally certified master groomer and launched her business, one paw at a time. With grooming expertise and a lot of loving care, Lori and her talented team began caring for pets one paw at a time. Cuts, shampoos, and styling, one paw at a time. Teeth and nails with no detail overlooked from head to toe, one paw at a time. Getting to know each and every dog and cat by name, the One Paw at a Time family grew, and Lori had a decision to make. Keep expanding? She followed her heart and decided to keep the One Paw family atmosphere just the way it is, so she can keep taking care of the pets she knows and loves, one paw at a time. Lori and her team want to thank the families they serve for putting their trust in them to care for their four-legged family members, one paw at a time. 320 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro near Woods Road. One Paw appreciates your understanding for their current waiting list for new customers.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
All right, let's do our free money question of the day. What do you think? There will be a winner today, Stefan Rubitsky, or not? What do you think? Where are you on this?
I'm feeling good. I think he'll be a winner.
Right. Tim is in New York Mills, ready to take a shot at Hobeika's money. It is the Hobeika Law Firm for all of your legal needs. 315-724-1600. We put $106.90 on the line each morning. And along with that, some other consolation prizes. Tim, how you doing? Good morning, Tim.
Oh, good morning, Bill. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Are you ready to take a shot at this morning's free money question?
Yes, sir.
Here it is. Sir George Ivan Morrison is best known for his work in this field. What is it? Ready, go.
Physics.
Sir George Ivan Morrison, physics. Pick again. Anybody on this one? And I'll even go to Stefan for the steal. Sir George, what was his name again? I've lost it. Sir George
Ivan Morrison.
Ivan Morrison. Stefan Rubitsky is best known for his work in this field. What is it?
Radio broadcasting?
No, it isn't. It's the word music we were looking for. Music.
Oh, that was easy.
Van Morrison is, that's his real name. Van Morrison.
Van Morrison.
Van Morrison. That's where it came from. Love this guy. Tim in New York Mills, we're going to give you the Utica All-in-One Food and Fun card. $25. Good at Aquavino, Babe, 72 Tavern and Grill, Taylor and the Cook, or any Adirondack Bank Center concession stand. Also, we'll give you the chance at a table for six at Fat Cats Comedy Club. We'll hook you up. Just talk to Davey. He's going to take care of you, Tim. Thanks for trying this morning.
Thank you, Bill. Good show.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you have that question ever pop up again, Ivan is where the van came from in Van Morrison.
That's a good one.
It wouldn't be a fun rock and roll name to be Ivan Morrison, would it?
No. Well, wouldn't it be as fun as it was?
No doubt. Mayor Jackie is on the line in Rome. Mayor, good morning.
Good morning.
I know you're a big Van Morrison fan. I don't really know that. I don't know.
It's okay.
Sounds like by the laugh you're not. It's like, yeah.
It's not one of my bigger bands.
Could take him or leave him. Could take him or leave him.
Interesting question, though, you had. That was nice.
All right. Well, thank you for that. All right, Mayor. So, listen, I want you to look back on the year 2022. A lot has gone on. A lot has been accomplished. We seem to be moving in a very good direction as a region. I mean, this is good news.
Oh, no question about it. There's just been so much positive, even with the national economy the way that it is. We're still making progress here, which is very encouraging. 2022, the realization of the Woodhaven housing project actually came to fruition. There's 7 houses up over there now. More to come after the first of the year in the next construction season, some ranch-style homes. Buck Construction, he is moving right along with the townhouses up on Merrick Road and the Delta Luxury Project. So we're going to have a lot of housing available for sale in 2023, which will be great because our region needs the housing. We need the new construction.
Yeah, yeah. That is an issue, and there are some stories out there about maybe another technology or chip plant coming in at some point that we're close on that. All of these things requires housing.
Well, I can't say enough about Wolfspeed, how positive they were at the Leading Edge Awards. They really have embraced the area, and they are thrilled with the project out there. I always talk about Orgill here. Orgill promised us 225 jobs. Next year, they will approach 350 at that distribution center. So it's been more than they could imagine. And we have that going on all over. We have all kinds of jobs on the Griffiths Business and Technology Park associated with work at the laboratory. Christech Wire does well. So we've really diversified the economy, and I think it's paying dividends now.
Yeah,
we are actually recapturing people back to live here, either in the city of Rome or at least in Oneida County, where people were living 2 and 3 counties away. So I think we're on the right path, and we have to continue that.
What would you say to the governor? I know that a lot of complaints have come over the course of this last year, especially being an election year. It seemed that she was pandering to the far left, had forgotten her roots, had forgotten where she's from. Other than that deal in Buffalo for a new stadium, what has she done upstate? A lot of people talking about the fact that the election is over. There may now be an opportunity to do some work upstate once again. What's your general feeling, and have you had any inkling of that actually happening?
Well, I'm very concerned about that because the pattern that we saw during last year, which was her first year in office, but a campaign year, we can give her that. But not a lot of attention was paid at all, certainly not here in the Mohawk Valley. One of the decisions that's still looming large is suddenly she wants to change the nature of our SUNY campus. Right at a point in time when we have Wolfspeed, the growth of the chip fab, Danfoss, and those businesses located there because of the resources of the campus. So I hope that we can come to some conclusion there that makes sense to continue the growth in our area in technology. And then, of course, there are a lot of other needs here. I know that there's healthcare money out there that people are waiting on. Hopefully some of that will come our way. But, yes, I would hope that she would visit here soon, too. We did not see her at all during the campaign. She was only here for the opening of Wolfspeed. So I think that we have tried, I know all of the elected officials here, we have tried our hardest to reach out to her staff, try to build relationships. The health commissioner comes last week, and then 2 days later she resigns.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. So we had a visit by commissioner to our area, but then we started to build a relationship there, and now we have to start all over.
Right,
so this seems to be the pattern of this administration. I hope that it would settle down now that that she's been elected to a 4-year term. It's time to start governing, and I hope that that's what we start to see out of Albany.
Manaski.
Can you talk, you talk about partnerships and opportunities for the economy, the chip fab, you mentioned Wolfspeed. Rome being sandwiched right between Syracuse and the Clay area where there's going to be a major investment there, and then what's going on with Wolfspeed and other projects. How do you make Rome more business friendly to those supporting businesses and the jobs that they create that we always hear about to get them to land in Rome?
Well, I think you're absolutely right about that, and we've been looking at that. We are sitting in a great position, especially for businesses related to the supply chain that will be required for Micron and Wolfspeed. And don't forget Global Foundries. We're not that far away from them either. Mm-hmm. So we are positioning ourselves, and I think the park, the Griffiths Business and Technology Park, is perfectly positioned and diversified. We have warehousing businesses there. We have distribution centers. We have other things that we have some land where we could dedicate to these types of supply chain businesses, and we don't know the extent yet of what will be required or sprout up around this Micron deal. I mean, that if that really is true and comes to fruition, you're talking about 4 football fields of fab space.
Yeah, think
about
that.
That's enormous.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine the construction. We have a company located here in Rome that came because of Wolfspeed, because they supply all the piping. That same company, I'm sure, is going to now turn their attention to Micron. And so there will be others like them. And so we are on the map for that because that one company generates a lot of referrals.
Yeah.
So we are working on that. That's a great point to make, Jeff. But yes, we're already out there looking at that.
Is there a little worry that it's going to be a few years out for construction to even get started there?
At Micron?
Yeah.
I would think so. They're still acquiring property.
Yeah.
I read the other day a modest ranch-style home. They acquired it for $1 million.
Wow.
I mean, it's coming down to the point where they're paying an astronomical rate now to get the property
Just
that's
to move
required.
it,
And the
right.
county is doing that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't that a $20 to $100 billion private investment that they're planning?
It's enormous.
Yes.
Enormous.
Yeah. Yes, and I believe that there's also a $450 or $500 million company investment into a community fund. You know, if you think about it, the rest of the work has to start immediately.
Right.
What do you do with the healthcare system? You're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
The schools are not ready. I mean, there's so much to be done in order to support the plant when it comes online and the people begin moving here. And suddenly your area is growing 2 or 3 times its size. It's an enormous project.
An enormous project which is going to require a lot for each community to and region to be a part of, to be prepared for that. And I think that for us, trying to be ahead of that game and making it so that someone can move in and the transition is much more is easier and more flawless, I think is the way to go. It's almost like having something shovel ready.
I don't think it's a stretch at all that some people will be living as far as we think as far away as Rome. That's only a 45-minute commute.
Right.
And the fact that we are already in the ground building the housing is a big shot in the arm because you look around, who's really building housing?
Right.
And it's difficult to come out as a politician and say, well, we think you ought to start building all this housing on spec. Well, the banks don't lend money to developers on spec.
Right.
You know, you have to have traffic. The people have to be there. You have to show that you can build this, you can construct this house and sell it within a reasonable amount of time. The bank doesn't hold the construction loan forever.
Right.
So I think those types of things are real challenges as this thing ramps up.
Mayor Izzo, as always, we appreciate it. We'll do it again soon and see you on the day before the night before Christmas.
Looking forward to it.
All right, thanks so much.
Have a great day.
Mayor, you too. Mayor Jackie Izzo, WIBX Utica, Rome. It's 8 o'clock.
They had power and heat last night. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Something they haven't had, and a lot of people in Moore County in North Carolina since Saturday. The electricity restored after the damage was repaired at 2 substations that were attacked Saturday. Sheriff Ronnie Fields says,
"We want to know who and why. We're committed to getting you these answers."
There are also reports someone shot at a power facility in Ridgeway, South Carolina yesterday, but there's no damage, no outages there. Other reports have 5 recent incidents targeting power stations in Oregon and Washington state being investigated. An update on the unsolved murder mystery of 4 University of Idaho students, a search for a car.
Police seeking more information about the occupants of that vehicle, which was seen near the home where those 4 college students were murdered almost a month ago now. Authorities believe the car is a 2011 to 2013 white Hyundai Elantra. They don't know the license plate number, but are asking anyone who knows of a car matching that description to contact them.
Fox's Todd Pyro. There was an execution in Iran. A man hanged today after being convicted of taking part in recent protests. He had blocked a street and attacked a security officer.
The unrest began as an outcry against the country's morality police and has become the most serious challenge to the Islamic Republic since it was formed in 1979. Activists say around a dozen people have received death penalties so far. At least 475 are reported to have died in the protests, with over 18,000 arrested.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Biden is appealing a judge's order that would end a border policy in 2 weeks that he wants to get rid of, but not till they have a revised version ready. Title 42 was a COVID policy dating back to the Trump era, blocking some migrants from entering the U.S. amid a record surge of illegal crossings. Speaking of the former president, there are reports 2 more classified documents were found in at a Florida storage facility as a special counsel's criminal investigation continues into those documents and Trump's 2020 actions. America's listening to Fox News.
To you, my love, my heart I surrender just as soon as I deal with yonder fender bender. 'Cause my ice cream truck is the way I make cash, so I'll buy you a ring when I lose this dress rash.
Owning a small business isn't always as lovely as it sounds, but at least Progressive Commercial saves you money with personalized discounts. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
I'm gonna make you so happy sometime next year, I hope.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and discounts not available for all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
Smith & Wesson is committed to empowering Americans, no matter what. With inflation hitting everywhere, we've decided to make a change. Now, you can buy a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, our most popular concealed carry firearm, at an all-new low price, $100 off MSRP. We're absorbing the costs and passing along the savings to you, so you don't have to compromise on personal security. Visit smithandwesson.com to find a Shield Plus near you. Smith & Wesson. Always expect the best.
We have mostly cloudy skies and 41 degrees. WIBX News Time 8:03. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Well, as we've been telling you this morning, the Keeler in the Morning radio show auctioning off 2 amazing gifts for kids this week. The money raised will allow for the purchase of more toys for local kids through Toys for Tots. We have a kid-sized Mack truck that runs on a 12-volt battery and a kid-sized operated New Holland tractor. Both toys retail for about $400. We're taking bids. Call our man Smitty, 315-736-0186. As we were just talking, after being open for almost 200 years, the doors of Cazenovia College will be shutting for good in the coming months. School officials announcing that because of financial issues, the college will close permanently after the spring 2023 semester. A fire chief in Madison County in trouble with the law, accused of a disturbing crime. The sheriff's office has arrested the Eaton Fire District Chief, John Latham, for allegedly having inappropriate contact with a minor. It's also alleged that the 53-year-old fire chief gave a 16-year-old girl marijuana before the incident. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Madison County Sheriff's Office. Autopsy results show the woman who state police say was killed by her own son died from multiple stab wounds. The body of 74-year-old Leora Chilson was found Tuesday in her home in the Village Green condos in Van Buren. Chilson's son, 43-year-old Daniel Chilson, lived with his mother. He's charged with murder and tampering with evidence. He was arraigned yesterday. A not guilty plea was entered on his behalf. Governor Kathy Hochul urging New Yorkers to take the proper steps to protect themselves from the spread of COVID-19, the flu, and RSV. Hospitals across the state are busy now dealing with a surge in illnesses, and data shows that many people eligible for the latest COVID-19 booster haven't gotten it. The governor recommends residents who have symptoms of COVID or the flu get tested immediately. She says the state has a stockpile of COVID test kits and ventilators if needed. And the latest tool in the fight to keep prescription meds from getting into the wrong hands is going in the garbage. Literally. Oneida County announcing a partnership with Kinney Drugs to give away drug disposal bags to local residents for free. As you know, we've been told for many years not to throw away old, unwanted, or unused prescription medications. Health officials, though, say it is safe to do so if you are using products like Deterra drug deactivation bags. Those bags provide permanent disposal of prescription meds. That includes pills, patches, liquids, creams, and films. It's a simple, environmentally safe, active carbon technology. It deactivates the medication when mixed with warm water. All you have to do is follow the instructions.
I'm wondering, what can you do with, if you have those injections and they're spring-loaded, it's almost like an EpiPen type thing, and the needle comes back in the cartridge. Can't you just throw those out?
I don't know. It's a great question. I know somebody in the audience knows.
Okay, maybe somebody knows. My wife will tell you you can't throw that out. We're collecting them all because she has an injection that she takes, and then I have one for cholesterol that works really well. But I don't know. Can we throw those out? Because maybe this is the bag we can put them in, but this bag is more about putting medicine and old medicines and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, and the list they run down: pills, patches, liquids, creams, and films. I don't know what you would call it's like a cartridge.
It's like a cartridge, yeah. You put it up against your body. This, in the case of the one that I use, goes in your abdomen, and you hit the button, and it injects you. You hold it, and then the thing pops, and the needle comes back in.
So it's safe, protected.
I would think it would be safe. You could just throw the thing out.
If you know, 315-736-0186 or send us a message via the app. Back to these drug disposal bags. Again, this is the latest technology in the fight against the ongoing drug crisis that we have. And you can get the county's partnering with Kinney Drugs. They're having events to distribute the bags at Kinney locations. That full schedule is on our website. One was held yesterday. There are 3 more coming up. Also, if you don't want to wait, you can just go online, and there's a link on our website, the Oneida County Opioid Task Force, and they will send you 2 of those bags to your home.
All right, cool.
While supplies last. Your Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Cliff's Local Market. They keep you going. Patchy drizzle this morning, then becoming mostly cloudy by this afternoon. A high today of 41, which is where we're at now. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 20. For your Friday, some sunshine, but a high of 41. Sunny on Saturday and a high of 39. We could see some snow showers on Sunday, a high of 37.
Cliffs has been doing a good job of keeping you going down in the valley, down in Ilion, with these low gas prices in the middle of that Stewart's, Greenies / Cliffs price war. Love it.
Currently cloudy and 41 at 8:08.
All right, in sports, here's Stefan Rubitsky. All right, Stefan, it's your birthday. Take it away.
Okay, Yankee fans can breathe a sigh of relief because Aaron Judge is returning. He signed a $360 million 9-year deal with the Yankees to stay for his career, hopefully.
Huge, right? That's big. All right, what else?
The Mets signed starting pitcher Jose Quintana, a lefty, to a 2-year deal. The Mets also made a trade with the Tampa Bay Rays for lefty reliever Brooks Raley, sending a prospect back to the Rays. Now, tonight on Thursday Night Football, the Las Vegas Raiders traveled to the LA Rams to a game which can be heard here on WIBX 950 AM and 106.9 FM. The Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets both won last night. Brooklyn beat the Hornets 122-116. The Knicks beat the Hawks 113-89. And well, hello, this is Stefan, and that's sports for WIBX 950 AM 106.9.
Nice job, Stefan.
I mean, he hit the bed exact.
Hit it perfectly. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. I don't know if you've been following this story as China. You know, we talk about all of the restrictions that we've had in this country, in this state, all of the criticism, the masks, everything else. You know, we've kind of lifted all of those. Of course, now everybody's getting sick, but we've lifted all of those restrictions. In China, the people have taken to the streets. In a communist country, and I think the number of people who have taken to the streets has caught the eye of the Chinese government. They're making changes, along with beating people along the way, I think, but they're making changes. Jonathan Savage is with Fox News and is live from London right now. What do we know about what they're doing in China, Jonathan? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It was announced yesterday and it came into effect today. It's the end of major measures such as forced centralized quarantine, where people would be taken away from their homes and forced to quarantine essentially in camps. They're going to allow people with mild COVID to isolate at home. There are limits on lockdowns. There won't be checks on COVID test results pretty much everywhere where people wanted to go, and there will be freer travel around the country. Now, all this tells us that after these protests and as the virus and what we know about it has evolved, it tells us that China is finally moving away from this zero COVID policy that it's had in force, and it's going to, much like we are in most of the rest of the world, it's going to look like it's going to live with the virus instead.
It's almost as if they shut it down so efficiently that it's surging again because of the number of people who haven't had it, and also their vaccine doesn't seem to be as successful over there.
Yeah, it is interesting to note that they are doing this at a time when they're going through its biggest wave of infections, over 30,000 recorded each day, despite all the lockdowns. And as you say, there are some challenges surrounding this. Vaccination rates are much lower than in many other countries. The homegrown vaccine, the domestic vaccines that have, are less effective than most of the ones that are in circulation elsewhere. And the vaccination rates are also lower, particularly among the elderly. The figures from Chinese authorities tell us only 69% of the over 60s and only 40% of the over 80s have had a booster shot. Now that, combined with the fact that not as many people have been infected, means immunity is much lower. So as they open up, there's a great fear that there will be a big spread of the Omicron variant, and that, despite its relative weakness as a variant, could lead to hospitalizations and deaths.
Wow, really. And some of those photos you see in China of people being held, prevented from leaving their homes, forced to go into quarantine. They're just awful pictures. Jonathan, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Breaking news here right now. I don't know if you've seen it. Brittany Griner, the U.S. basketball player.
I was actually going to say, I wonder if she was one of the candidates for Person of the Year because she's been obviously in the media so much in her situation.
Being held in Russia has now been released on a 1-for-1 prison swap for an arms deal. I'm trying to get the full story here, but this is just breaking. Brittany Griner released by Russia in 1-for-1 prisoner swap for an arms dealer, Viktor Bout, according to U.S. officials. That was not an arms deal, but an arms dealer. That was one that Putin wanted released. The WNBA star, who was held for months in Russian prisons on drug charges, was released earlier today, in a 1-for-1 prisoner swap, according to a U.S. official. The 1-for-1 exchange agreement negotiated with Moscow in recent weeks was given final approval by President Biden just within the last few days.
Wow.
So she will be home in time for Christmas.
It's great news for she's gone through a lot and really was a political prisoner, right? I mean, it was
caught in the middle of she claims that there was maybe a vape device where she had forgotten that it was in her bag and may have had traces of marijuana, which they do not tolerate in that country. But it was most likely used more of a gotcha moment, and she was certainly held as what you would have to describe as a political prisoner.
Yeah, she was looking at several years in prison for the possession of that, and it happened, I think, at an airport as she was coming back into the country there. So
shows you, you just gotta, once you leave the borders, you just you never know what's
a different world.
What could possibly happen? It is a different world. Just as Jonathan Savage was talking about when it comes to COVID restrictions in a country like China. 8:15, we'll break and come back, wrap up the final hour here. Stefan Rubitsky in studio here this morning. He's celebrating his 44th, go Syracuse, his 44th birthday. A very special birthday for any Syracuse fan.
And Saturday, I'm going out to Syracuse to the Georgetown-Syracuse basketball game.
Nice. So you have tickets for that game?
Yes.
Nice. Good for you. Yep. We'll break 8:15 at WIBX.
Every day, more than 250 people from all walks of life die from a drug overdose. They include our families, friends, and our neighbors. Their deaths are preventable with a simple first aid tool. Naloxone, also known by the brand name Narcan, is first aid and it saves lives. It's easy to use and can be administered by anyone. Oneida County wants to get it into as many businesses and homes as possible. Sign up online and receive a rescue kit with 2 doses of Narcan nasal spray for free. Go to ocgov.net and click on Save a Life to request your free kit.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Medishare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Go green and save green right now at City Suburban. There has never been a better way to heat and cool your home than with a new heat pump system from City Suburban. They provide energy-efficient comfort year-round, offer room-by-room temperature control, and are 40% more efficient than conventional systems. And the best part is right now, you can save up to $9,000 in rebates with the New York State Clean Heat Program. Go green and make the switch today. And as always, receive City Suburban POMG. That's peace of mind guaranteed.
This is Chris from City Suburban on Route 233 in Westmoreland. There's never been a better time to upgrade your system than right now. You can save up to $9,000 in rebates, make your home more energy efficient for years to come, and as always, receive our 100% POMG. That's peace of mind guaranteed. Take advantage of this amazing offer. Call us today at 853-3899. That's 853-3899. Or visit us at citysuburban.com.
Mohawk Valley FCU is giving you even more reasons to become a member and save money with their early fuel loan program. If you use alternative heating such as propane, heating fuel, pellets, or wood, then Mohawk Valley FCU has your back. You can receive up to $2,000 subject to credit approval. Stock up now for the upcoming heating season and save with Mohawk Valley FCU. Just one of the many benefits Mohawk Valley FCU has to offer. Visit MohawkValleyFCU.org for more info. Mohawk Valley FCU. Member focused, member driven.
It's the holidays. You need a new bed, but you've got shopping to do. I get it. This is Kevin Fear, president of Mattress Express. Would a $1,000 prepaid Visa card help out? How about a 75-inch flat screen TV? You're going to get your choice of those two things at Mattress Express when you get a select luxury king or queen set, like the number bed by Instant Comfort or Posh and Lavish. Yes, of course, you'll get the flex set option in king or queen. 5 years, no interest, no money down for qualified buyers, and an incredible night's sleep. Don't forget, we also have Purple and Puffy, the big online brands when you come to our store. Come on in, try them all before you buy. We'll pull up their website in store. We'll give you the same price, their same holiday deal that they're giving online, but you get to try it first. It's the holidays. You always get a great deal during the holidays at Mattress Express. Go to mattressexpressny.com or call 1-800-NEW-BEDS.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
The official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program comes from Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Chuck Sedella holds court over there. Let me tell you something. You want to know what's going on in the world? I'll bet you that if you were sitting inside Daylight Donuts right now at the booth, you would have known that Brittany Griner was being released from a Russian prison before we got the alert from AP. Because I don't know what it is. I think over there, between Chuck and all the people that sit down and talk about the issues that matter, I don't know. Maybe there are alerts coming in through their fillings or something. I don't know, but it's unbelievable.
Look, they do a lot of great stuff over there, and certainly their coffee and their bagel, their donuts and their breakfast sandwiches are as fresh as can be. But it's not fresher than our news, okay?
Okay, all right, I'm just saying.
It's delicious. You're going to make me go there again after the show
Seattle's
today.
best coffee. It is, of course, the breakfast sandwiches, the fresh bagels, the fresh donuts every day. And I will tell you that those snowflake rolls, we had them for Thanksgiving. We'll have them again for our Christmas dinner. You got to sign up, though. Get on the list, and they could be yours. Pick them up before your holiday dinner. Also, portions of the program brought to you by Adirondack Bank. If you're thinking about a mortgage, think Adirondack Bank, where your dream begins. Your dream home begins right there at Adirondack Bank. And in the area, there are 14 locations just here in this area. You put that together with their mobile banking app, Adirondack Bank is a click, a call, or a short drive away. and they have mortgages tailored to your needs. Fixed conventional mortgages, construction, FHA, VA mortgages, second home, vacation home mortgages, investment property, camp financing program, USDA rural housing loans, and the list goes on. It is a loan, a mortgage that is suited perfectly for you and your needs. Call Adirondack Bank today, adkbank.com, Adirondack Bank, member FDIC. In studio this morning, Mr. Stefan Rubitsky. Good morning, and a happy birthday to you, Stefan.
Well, hello, Bill.
Well, hello, Stefan. You share a birthday with famous 44ers like Jim Brown, whose birthday is not today, Floyd Little, whose birthday is not today, and, of course, yourself, 44 today, Stefan Rubitsky.
Yes.
But obviously the uniqueness of it all is you're a big Syracuse fan, and you're celebrating that grand Syracuse number.
Yes, I am.
You remember? Do you remember? And I know Davey remembers this because we were both together when Stefan celebrated his Colgate University birthday. Remember back when he was 13?
Yes.
Had a blast. That was a good party. That was a good party.
He gave us Colgate toothpaste all around.
Yep, he did. Yep, I remember it well. Oh, boy. Well, happy birthday, Stefan. Do you know what is going to be happening today? This is something else I was talking about with our friends in London. The Netflix documentary dropped overnight.
It is.
Harry and Meghan. It dropped overnight. 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern time.
Yes, it was highly anticipated. And
this is not going to be good.
The first 3 episodes of the new docuseries centered on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle is now out. The show has been marketed as a deep dive into the life of the couple that famously gave up their royal life in the UK and has moved to America.
This is not good. This is, don't you feel like there's some bit of loyalty that he should be having to the family, and that the two of them? I mean, think of the luxuries you get to enjoy. Even after leaving the royal family, they're set for life. They can go wherever they want. The fame alone has given them whatever they want in their life, and it's because of that anyone even wants to do a documentary on you.
Sure.
And you blank on the family. You blank on your grandmother. I think it's terrible. And let me tell you something. William, who will be the king, seems to have no patience with what his brother's doing right now. And let me tell you, after this thing comes out, apparently the royal family has not had a chance to see this. They have only seen the same 1-minute trailer the rest of us have seen.
Oh, really?
This is all going to be surprise, surprise, surprise.
Oh,
I think
love
it's
to
going
be a fly on the wall.
Not good.
So
she has destroyed. She's destroyed. This is what happens: beauty, sexiness, and the weakness of the male. This is what happens.
I've got some comments via the app here this morning, but we just were talking about Brittany Griner being released, and the Victor Boot guy was the arms dealer who got sent over for Brittany Griner. But I believe the royal family was saying, and we'll throw in Meghan if it helps.
Yeah, you can
have
her.
The case.
You can have her.
Speaking of which, Chris and Alien says, I wonder if Brittany Griner will now stand for the national anthem. Kevin in Utica, $54 billion of Micron is government money. Big Honey and Hecla, we were talking about the Man of the Year, and we were trying to come up with some possible other candidates, and Big Honey says, I would say whoever the Brandon guy is that we keep hearing about, maybe he would be contender for Man of the Year. We have here...
he was named Times Old Man of the Year, I believe. I'm pretty sure.
We were talking about snow this morning earlier. Rudy in Louville says the only problem with coming up north to get your snow is that right now we don't have any snow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, think about yesterday. How 52 degrees, I think, when I walked out my door yesterday.
So, and we've been talking, as you mentioned this morning, about the gas war in Ilion and the cliffs in Stewart's. We got a couple of messages late in the show yesterday.
Prices are going up a little bit.
I didn't get to these, and this isn't even about price, but Dawn sent us a message. She says the village of Fort Plain has 2 Stewart shops within 1 mile of each other. We were talking about how they're in close proximity as well. And then she said in the city of Johnstown, and you may know this, but I went and looked it up to be sure. The city of Johnstown has 2 Stewarts diagonally right across the street from each other.
Really?
So
How did that happen?
It's a Stewart shop with a Citgo fuel setup, and then the other Stewart's is a Stewart shop with Stewart's gas pumps.
I wonder if they are different owners. I think Stewart's owns all of their stores.
I thought
In fact, the Stewart's employees are 40% owners of the Stewart's stores, the chain.
So I just wanted to share that. I found that very interesting.
Yeah, that is. I don't know a lot about Johnstown. I don't spend much time there. Herkimer Police are doing an event, and listen, this is that time of year. We're auctioning off some things here in studio. I started the toy drives here that we did, the camping out type things. We did those back at the beginning of 1990. I did them for years. And what I'm not going to do is get involved in some thing where we're fighting over giving people toys. Like you got to have my box in your store, not their box and that sort of thing. Give to Stuff the Bus or whatever it is they do. KTV's involved. I thought the idea that KTV is doing was brilliant, where you go on Amazon, you buy a toy and ship it to KTV. I thought that was an awesome idea.
Yeah.
How didn't we come up with that idea?
I don't know. You're the idea guy.
I completely blew it on this one because that is a great idea. Herkimer Police are doing Stuff the Cruiser.
Okay.
And it says, come lights and sirens to help Herkimer Police Department stuff the cruiser. It'll be at the Herkimer Walmart this Saturday from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. You go in, you buy toys, and you throw it into their police car. All gifts will be given to local kids, and it'll be distributed through the Salvation Army.
Excellent.
So take advantage of that at the Walmart in Herkimer, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. And what I'm basically saying is whatever toy drive you give to, the most important thing is that we're giving to make sure kids are taken care of, whether it's toys, gloves and hats and jackets, food for the holidays. And it's sad that we really only think about it from Thanksgiving to Christmas, but these needs continue right on through the entire year.
Yeah, they absolutely do. I wanted to mention as well, and in the holiday spirit, I was, and I appreciate it, and I sent her a message to say thank you, but Utica Councilwoman Samantha Claus-Motesta had invited me to be part of the...
You did that yesterday.
Yes, it was at Watson Williams School, and of course I'm going to get the name wrong because I love to do that, but it was a reading program where I went in and had the privilege, the opportunity to read a book, a holiday book, to a group of third grade students over at Watson Williams, and it was really nice. It was very well done, and I just want to say, though, there were several people that you would know there, fire chiefs and members of the police department and other counselors.
Did you have to read in front of all of them?
No.
The pressure would be on.
Oh, absolutely. And look, I get like sweating. I get like stage fright if there's more than 4 people looking at me.
Okay. Meanwhile, you got 9, you've got 9 to 19 kids staring you down.
Yeah, I was feeling it, man. I could feel their little eyeballs on me like heat. So, but anyway, so we went through, and each of the guests, and one of them was Andrew Derminio.
Okay, nice.
And each of the guest readers went to their own classroom, and they read the book, and it was, it wasn't a very long thing. So at the end, I get out, and I'm okay. And they asked, would you vote for the Christmas display in the hallway? Which one you like the most? So I went and I did that. And a couple of the others were there, like council members Joe Beatrice and Frank DeBrango. And I said, guys, they're giving out palm cards to the kids in the hallway. I said, what are you doing? They can't even vote.
That's funny.
They won't even be eligible. I'm teasing. They weren't, but we had some good laughs over breakfast yesterday talking about
very nice
the holidays and the book reading and everything else. So.
And did you, when you're reading it and a character comes up, did you go into the character's voice or did you stay in your own character?
So I stayed with like a voiceover narrator type style.
Okay.
The book I hadn't read before. Everybody got a different book. Some got The Grinch. Some got you name the holiday book. They were out there. But my book was called The Gingerbread Baby.
Okay.
Essentially, spoiler alert. But it's a gingerbread cookie that comes to life, and where he lives at, the child who lives there goes off to school every day, so he's lonely. So he goes to make friends, but they're all not lifelike like him. But ultimately, he does make some friends. So it's a happy ending.
Well, that's a wonderful story.
It was very nice.
Got a break. Cold Tight. We'll come right back. Nasky with an update and some other great stuff. The breaking news here right now this morning. Basketball star Brittany Griner has been freed by Russia in a prisoner swap, according to U.S. officials. We'll have full details on that with Jeff coming up. And, of course, Fox News top of the hour at 9 o'clock.
Hi, this is Lori with Express Employment Professionals. Are you looking for a new job, a career change, a position within your field? Express Employment Professionals is the staffing firm for you. Express has multiple job opportunities across many industries throughout our region. Are you an IT professional? Find that perfect company now. CNC machinists, HVAC and boiler mechanics, we've got the job for you. Are you a warehouse worker, machine operator, forklift driver? Find a better job now. Industrial painters, sheet metal workers, find that new job now. Carpenters, welders, the skilled trades, you're in demand. Bookkeepers, supply chain specialists, and administrative professionals, start a new career today. Our process is easy. Go to expressmohawkvalley.com to complete our online application and apply now. Our recruiters will call you to set up a meeting. You can also call our office at 315-790-5723. Express Employment Professionals. We make it our business to put you to work.
Cloudy skies, 41 degrees. WIBX news time is 8:32. This news update is brought to you by Harley-Davidson of Utica and Power Sports of Utica. Stop in today to check out their large selection at 4870 Commercial Drive. Bill, as you mentioned, reports say WNBA star Brittany Griner is out of Russian custody. She was exchanged for Victor Bout, a Russian arms dealer. Earlier this fall, a Russian court upheld Griner's drug conviction and 9-year prison sentence. She was in custody since February when screeners at a Moscow airport found vape cartridges containing a small amount of hash in her luggage. The House of Representatives set to vote today on the Respect for Marriage Act after putting it off earlier this week. California Democrat Nancy Pelosi says it will be one of the last bills she brings to the floor as Speaker. The measure to codify the right to same-sex marriage has already passed the Senate with bipartisan support. The lights are back on in Moore County, North Carolina. Crews fully restored power to homes and businesses after gunfire knocked out 2 substations last weekend. That left thousands without power for several days. The nation's hospitals struggling under a load of COVID, flu, and RSV. New numbers from the CDC show flu hospitalizations and deaths are on the rise. The CDC says hospitals are also being stressed with a high number of people with other respiratory illnesses like RSV and COVID. More than 1,400 New York Times employees, including reporters and editors, are on strike until midnight. The union's contract with the Times expired on March of 2021. The 24-hour strike affects more than 80% of the Times newsroom employees. And Harry and Meghan is now available to watch on Netflix. It dropped overnight. The first 3 episodes of the new docuseries centered on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are now out. The show has been marketed as a deep dive into the life of the couple that famously gave up their royal life in the UK and moved to America. Your WIBX Weather Center forecast: cloudy skies. Chance we could see some rain showers this morning. Cloudy this afternoon with a high of 41 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight tonight, a low of 20. For your Friday, sunshine, a high of 41. Staying mostly sunny for Saturday. Again, a high in the upper 30s. Could see some snow showers on Sunday. Mainly in the afternoon, a high of 37. Right now, we have mostly cloudy skies, 41 degrees. The temperature is brought to you by Nothing Bundt Cakes in New Hartford. Sweeten your holiday with decorated bundt cakes, festive buntinis, and giftable buntlets. Order some online at nothingbundtcakes.com.
Okay, want to go to Jeff Manasso from Fox News. I don't know if you caught this, but in this college murder, the murders that occurred scares the daylights out of you because you hear other students talking about how they followed all the rules, they did everything they were supposed to do, they were very careful, yet this still somehow happened. And the Idaho police chief ended up breaking down crying. You imagine the stress that this is having on anybody in law enforcement and that community. Jeff Manasso with the latest on that. Jeff, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Police in Moscow have begun removing items from that home in Moscow to get them back to the family. So the 4 victims found stabbed to death almost a month ago with still no suspects identified. That home remains an active crime scene, we're told, with an emotional Moscow Police Chief James Fry vowing that the investigation into the murders of Kylie, Madison, Ethan, and Zaina, University of Idaho students, will not go cold. That there's been progress in the investigation with almost 4,000 tips that have come in as police and the FBI and state police hunt for a killer or killers.
Jeff, I know some of those tips, I think, were pointing the finger at a neighbor who lived down the road, and he has kind of come out and said, I have some social quirks. I blink or I laugh at the wrong time when people ask me questions. But you said they don't have any suspects, so I guess he is not a suspect officially.
Well, they don't have any identified suspects. Let's put it that way. Police are keeping everything close to the vest at this point for obvious reasons. We've heard from one of the victims' family members who say that police have cleared potential suspects too soon. So obviously they are they're trying to peel back the layers of what police know, what police are telling them, what they're hearing. And they feel, at least one of them feels that that police have cleared people way too soon. Are they talking about the two roommates that were on the first floor of that 3-story building that lived?
Yeah.
Apparently slept through this. Are they talking about that neighbor that you're referring to? Who are they talking about? We don't know. But this, all this to the frustration of those victims' parents and families. Obviously, it's got to be really hard. With no answers. And, students of the University of Idaho and Moscow, Idaho itself, where everybody's looking over their shoulder because there's a killer among them. Investigators, again, are not saying much.
Yeah.
But again, tips have led to what we're told the latest is that tips have led to the search of a white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra. That's the newest information that we've gathered from them that they're sharing with us. That white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra that may have been in the area the night of the murders, the police are seeking that car right now. Investigators believe the occupant or occupants of that vehicle may have critical information to share regarding this case. So that's it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle, and you get one piece at a time. But this is one of those stories that is probably it's not going to go cold for a while, according to police. But it's also not going to go cold because it's one of those cases that's captured America. Americans can't get enough. Well, it's not just Americans. People across the world can't get enough of stories like this, and so. They're glued to it. They want answers. This is not a perfect crime. There's got to be something involved in a small college town that nobody could pronounce prior to this murder. They have to figure this out and get some answers. And so the pressure really is on police, the FBI, and state police to get it done.
I would think that in this day and age where there are cameras everywhere, it would be hard to avoid those cameras. I mean, there's got to be something out there that we're not seeing as of yet.
You would think somewhere, whether it's a Ring camera or somewhere, a little convenience store somewhere in the area that may have been looking down a street here or a street there. It's one of the things that you would think that investigators are going door to door and trying to find, and maybe they have, and maybe that's why we're talking about a white Hyundai Elantra right now. Who knows?
Jeff Manasso, as always, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
You bet.
Have a great day. Thanks. Just a very scary story. President Biden speaking right now with a special live report, now speaking about the prisoner exchange with Brittany Griner being released. That news just breaking, that she is being released from a Russian prison. And we'll have full details on what he's saying coming up top of the hour with Fox News. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from everybody, including Ricky Z and all of the family at Steep Pawnee Mazda. And while Mazda's Season of Inspiration sales event continues through this month, they want to take a moment to thank everybody out there, customers, friends, for trusting them with your car buying and servicing needs. Your continued support of the dealership, something that they truly value, respect, and appreciate. So as Rick says, thank you. Enjoy the holiday season with your family. From your friends at the family-owned and operated Steep Pawnee Mazda on Commercial Drive in Yorkville.
Yes, dinners with friends, because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Discover the difference that comes from a financial partner committed to building better tomorrows. I'm Jim McGuire with Baird Private Wealth Management in Utica. As a provider of trusted financial services in Utica, Baird is committed to making the future brighter for you and for our community. That's why we support local organizations like the Women's Fund of Herkimer and Oneida counties and the Capitol Theater in Rome, because we care about Utica. Discover the Baird difference. Visit BairdUtica.com.
Celebrate the season with Munson Williams Proctor Arts Institute in downtown Utica on Saturday, December 10th. Take 3, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, brings holiday favorites like All I Want for Christmas Is You and Silent Night to the museum for a festive concert played by pop classical instrumentalists. Tickets are on sale now at mwpai.org or 315-797-0055.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's New York attorneys. 518-554-0000. Online at CordellCordell.com. 100 Great Oaks Boulevard, Suite 110, Albany, New York, 12203.
Hey, River Hills Properties remains the fastest growing real estate company in Central New York, and it's all about the services that they provide. Those services make it that much easier for you to sell a home or a property, taking away the stress, knowing that every time your house is shown, your listing agent will be there every single time to answer questions, make sure the lights are on, the house is prepped and ready to go. All happens each and every time, no matter the selling price. That's the River Hills way. It gives you peace of mind. It lowers the stress level. That's how they sell homes at River Hills. It makes all the difference in the world. And there's the book, 40 to 100 pages, filled with details about the house. Everything there is to know. It's the manual for the home. So if you're considering purchasing the house, you have the book. You study it, you look at it, and you make your educated decision on what you want to offer, if you want to offer. It's a great benefit. And if you do buy the property, it becomes the manual for the home, the user's manual for the home. It's River Hills Properties. Nobody sells homes like River Hills. In Barneveld, Little Falls, and Utica. Online, it's riverhillspropertiesllc.com. River Hills Properties. Nobody sells homes like River Hills.
WIBX 950 and 106.9 FM. This is Keeler.
righty, 846. Vanaski with some comments here this morning.
Yes, we have some, and of course the breaking news this morning on Brittany Griner. Larry in Whitesboro says, how can they release Brittany Griner and leave the other guy, Paul Whelan, still there? Just shows you when you have money.
Really got to wonder about that. I mean,
he says it just shows you that when you have money and you're a superstar in sports, you get all the benefits. Hubbard and Alien says, no way. Brittany Griner traded for an arms dealer? What about the Marine that has been held for 5 years? Whalen must be a Republican. Joe in New Hartford, it looks freezing in that studio. You guys all have jackets on and sweatshirts. Turn up the heat, why don't you?
Gotta have it cold. It keeps you awake, but usually by around 8:40, I get a little chilly, and I just kind of
You like it like a freezer and like a
Do
walk-in
enjoy
cooler.
It. I like it cold.
John in Rome, I wonder if Jeff's skepticism was included in the book reading to the kids. The gingerbread boy then came to life. Come on, kids. There's no way this happened.
Jeff would have been like, okay, he came to life, but how did he do it? Does it say how he did it? I love that. That's a great line.
I'm sorry. It's gone over my head. I don't know. He said, "What a fraud the author is." So what are you saying? I guess I'm missing it.
What? What he's saying is you question things. You always have questions. It's like, yeah, but how did... All right, so he came to life, but it didn't seem like he was completely painted. Like all the frosting wasn't on. You didn't see the eyes or anything. I mean, how did that happen? Does it say? Does it say in the story how he did that?
Well, just because the person who reads the comments doesn't always get them doesn't mean we don't share them.
Listen, yeah. Okay, there you go.
Lance and Lee.
Oh, wait a minute. Or the gingerbread boy found $20 on the ground. Should he keep it or should he give it back? Thank you, Andrew Dominio, for that one.
Oh, Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Lance says, please ask Stefan if he's worried that Dave Gordon will release any information about previous affairs or hidden children. Do you have any fear of that coming out on your 44th birthday?
If you run for mayor is really where he's going.
Right.
I mean, if you were to run for mayor, are you fearing that he might,
pull the wool back or something?
No fair.
No worries. No worries is what you're saying.
No worries. I feel that I worry about myself and no one else.
Okay.
Okay, well,
all right.
that's a campaign slogan right there.
That. I think you should put that on a sign. Vote Stefan Rubitsky. I care about me and no one else. I like it. Hey, you don't get that kind of honesty in politics today.
And then they can change the logo like they do. Utica starts with you. If Stefan's mayor, it can be Utica starts with me.
With me. I like it. Yeah. How about Aaron Judge? And Davey has this story. Aaron Judge was offered more money to go elsewhere, and he decided to stay in New York.
Yeah, Bill. There was 3 teams after him: the Giants, the Padres, and the Yankees. From what I seen last night, listening to a podcast, the Padres were in with $420 million on Aaron Judge.
Yeah. The Padres were willing to go 10 years, $400 million, but Judge opted to stay in the Big Apple. Meanwhile, in the modern era of baseball, it seems that no record can be free of controversy. Going into the 2022 season, Commissioner Rob Manfred was on record saying that every baseball in use in 2022 was produced under the new manufacturing process, and only one ball was being used. New reporting, however, shows that may not have been true. Research now claims that 3 different balls were used during this past season. Quote, the dead ball, the 2019 juiced ball, and the so-called Goldilocks ball, which is more batter-friendly than the dead ball.
One thing on the Aaron Judge deal, it might be broken next year because Ohtani from the Angels is a free agent too, and they're saying that he could get more money than Aaron Judge did.
Oh, you mean the record would be
right.
broken? Yeah.
So it's what, $40 million a year?
Yeah,
$40 million a year.
They're saying that the Mets are going to be leading in on Shohei Ohtani next year.
Oh, okay.
NHL does an attendance tracker, the league's biggest winners and losers based on attendance. And based on changes in attendance, we're now into a couple of months into the NHL season. The attendance numbers for each team are telling the story of how popular and unpopular teams are in their various communities. Here are the teams who've been the most successful at building their attendance in comparison to last year's attendance numbers. Are you ready? Carolina Hurricanes are up. They're number 4. They're up by 1,500 fans a game. Florida Panthers are up by 1,700 fans a game. They're number 3. The Ottawa Senators are number 2, up 2,675 fans per game. And you know who the biggest increaser is for the entire season so far?
The Devils?
The New York Islanders.
Oh, the Islanders.
The Islanders are up 3,752 fans per game.
Wow. I thought my guess was Devils because they had that incredible win streak.
You want to know the fans, the teams that are going in the other direction? Starting with number 5, Winnipeg.
I was going to say Winnipeg.
Dallas Stars down almost 2,000 fans a game. San Jose Sharks down 2,400 fans a game. The Buffalo Sabres are down 3,500 fans a game. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's all the attention on the Buffalo Bills. Chicago Blackhawks are down 5,608 fans per game.
Wow. That's a surprise there.
That's pretty big.
Now I'm checking here in the standings. The Buffalo Sabres are 26 games. They're 12, 13, and 1. They're near the bottom of their division standings. Only Ottawa is below them. Look, the Sabres have been struggling for years. I feel like you guys, Smitty, you're a Sabres fan? You've been rebuilding for 25 years or something?
Yeah, but the Ottawa Senators are up for sale, so they might be moving out of Ottawa.
Okay.
A couple of other comments here. This is Michael. Yankee Stadium is the house that Ruth built.
Morning,
But after the Judge deal, it'll have to be the house that was mortgaged.
That's a great one.
I like that. Well, we took out a home equity loan on Yankee Stadium based on all of this. Think about that.
Oh, man.
The era of, have you seen this? The era of by the way, we've lost John Decker this morning. We normally will have John Decker on. I had been promoting that we would. John just texted me and said, got to cancel. We have breaking news. And, of course, it's the Brittany Griner story. He is at the president's press conference that was just being given.
A member of the White House Press Corps, and in fact, the only attorney who is a member of the White House Press Corps. So he's obviously busy at the moment.
Davey, I got to get, if we can figure out, and maybe John's listening, we had the story of the goose that he was driving down the road, and a goose flew into the grill of his car, landed and lodged into the grill of his car, and then he was able to pull it out, and the goose was still alive. His goose was not cooked. Is that true, Davey?
Right.
Yeah. So I think he's now nursed it back to health, or is trying to. I think we need an update. So, John, if you're there, call in. I'm going to take you in a second if you can call in. And here's one more. The era of the flying car could actually be upon us. Finally, Aleph Aeronautics, a company backed by Tesla, says they're planning to have their fleet of cars ready to roll or fly as soon as, you want to pick the year?
2024.
2025. And they added you always ruin my stuff.
Sorry.
They added these cars. I was hoping you'd say like 2055. Nope.
Well, that's really when it's going to happen. They can say what they want, but this is fake news.
Anyway, they say they added these cars aren't any more complicated than the Toyota Corolla. It says that their vehicles are designed to take off and land vertically like a helicopter, can fly up to 110 miles on a single charge. The Model A will
run all electric? Oh, my gosh.
Yes, the Model A will run roughly $300,000. It can be both driven and flown. Between now and 2025, serious discussions need to happen about how eventual flying car traffic will be regulated. And, you know, if it's anything like the way I drive my car, I'll be flying along, just get to the point where I'm just crossing over the Adirondack Mountains, and I'll be like, I'm pretty sure I can make it. I know I can make it. I've run out of electricity.
Oh.
Just like I will run out of gas. And you've been involved in those situations of mine. But you won't want to do that.
No.
If you're in a flying car.
It's different when you're
running out of time.
Putting,
Hey,
and you
John,
go to the side.
John. It doesn't work that way, man. We're coming to you. Stand by. All right.
Stephen, you don't want to fall out of the sky.
Stephen,
go ahead.
You're going to have to wait because John is being impatient this morning. We've got him, though. An update on the goose. Here he is, John in Bridgewater. Good
Bill.
morning. Yes, sir.
Real quick. I want to respond to this a-hole from last night, but I took
What are we talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm getting there. I took him to Woodhaven. He was supposed to have been taken to a facility that does internal work. the thing bled to death internally.
Oh.
Now, this a-hole from Bridgewater is on Facebook this morning. I'm getting ready for work.
Let's just for the record, be careful because I
am.
shut off
So
my
that
delay.
He puts down, I'll take him, poor thing suffering, SMH. I didn't know what that meant.
Shaking my head.
Okay. So that ticked me off, and I told him in a post, I says, look, dude, I pulled over in downpour. It looked like he was dead. No signs of life. I took him home, and you want to talk about suffering? Yeah, he may have suffered the last 5 or 6 miles, but I didn't know that. And then when I get home, my daughter and I very carefully cut parts of my lower grill so I can not injure him any more than he is.
Yeah.
And he's talking to me about suffering.
So he was scolding you.
John.
He was at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm thinking, what the heck? And this is at 9:30 at night, so.
Yeah, you can't be bothered by these people. These people are crazy.
Yeah,
well,
you know, I had a situation where we had a dog that we couldn't handle, and we tried to take the dog back, and it's like, oh, come on, you aren't strong enough to be able to handle this dog. I wanted to grab him by the neck and say, hey, I can't. We're not keeping the dog that just dragged my daughter across the backyard. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are crazy. They put the animals before your own life, your own safety. And let's not forget, John, you were doing a good deed here.
I know.
You know what? My daughter and I would have even buried it if the poor thing was dead.
Right.
I know him. He would have left it on the side of the road, or he would have just brought it home and chopped it up and put it on the grill.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Right.
So,
yeah.
That got my goat, man, because my daughter was crying.
Oh, boy.
When we got him out, and she goes, Dad, I'm going to have nightmares. And she
So the guy's scolding you. He's
scolding me. So I want to set the record straight on suffering. I know suffering, man.
Yes.
So, and then the poor thing, he did suffer, and I feel really bad for it.
But you didn't do anything. You didn't
John, you didn't do
cause
anything
this.
wrong at all.
The bird flew into your car. I mean, what are you going to do?
Nothing I could do. And he thought, well, I'll bust his balls and say, well, he suffered because he was still alive. Well, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So thank you for your time, and I just had to get that out.
I would have said to him.
That bothered me.
I would have said to him, now your goose is cooked. I mean, I can't. This would be the final time I use this.
Well,
now your goose is cooked. I'm going to beat the daylights out of you.
No, I made something else up out of the SMH, but I'm not going that way.
Okay.
So,
all right. We'll leave it alone. Thank you, John.
Yeah. Bye, man.
So he was trying to do a good deed, and he's being yelled at about it. I mean, I hate that.
Look, and this, I mentioned, Christine, when we talked about it yesterday, this used to happen all the time.
I know.
She'd find something injured, try to help it, and guess what? A lot of the times it wouldn't happen.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Number 44.
Now, in the movie Back to the Future...
Sad news for you. We're out of time. Say goodbye.
Bye, Bill.
WIBX Utica Road.
This is a Fox News alert. Brittany Griner has been set free in Russia. I'm Dave Anthony.
She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances.
President Biden, a short time ago, announcing a prisoner swap to free the star American basketball player who was convicted of possessing cannabis vape cartridges in Russia. Griner's wife, Sherelle, said,
the most important emotion that I have right now is just sincere gratitude for President Biden and his entire administration.
So who did the U.S. give Russia in return?
A notorious Russian arms dealer, Viktor Bout, once known as the Merchant of Death. He was convicted of charges including conspiring to kill Americans and sentenced to 25 years. Bout will now return to Russia, a free man.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Another American imprisoned in Russia as an accused spy, Paul Whelan, was not set free in this swap.
Sadly, for totally illegitimate reasons, Russia is treating Paul's case differently than Brittany's.
And the president says the U.S. will never give up trying to free him. Paul Whelan's brother said in a statement he's glad Brittany Griner's going home, adding the U.S. let him